Right, hello everyone, and welcome to part two of our Eurobowl 2024 deep dive roster review talk thing with myself and Caolán G.
Hello, Keith. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are things?
Great, thanks. Yeah, we had a lot of fun yesterday on part one of this, and we managed to get through half of the teams. And
Yeah,
yeah, it was great,
fantastic.
great feedback from the community as well. It was really nice to see people commenting on the stuff, and yeah, really appreciate it, lads. Thanks a million.
Yeah, sure. It's a bit of fun anyway, and
It is.
we've pissed off half the countries going, so I might as
We
well piss
have.
off the other half now.
This is it. Yeah. There's at least half of the teams are not going to be able to fully enjoy making fun of how bad we do until
Yeah,
this episode is finished.
well, that's
And
it.
yeah, then they get to
And we
come
have
and
to
make
do
fun
our
of
own
us.
as well, as right.
Oh, that's going to be really fun. I'm going to be really harsh about yours, and I hope that you make fun of mine as well.
Yeah, I will. I will.
Yeah,
I'll try
good,
my best.
good.
Right. So without further ado, we're into the
On to the
Netherlands,
Netherlands. Yeah,
and they've gone for Vamps, Necro, Norse, Zons, Humans, Dark Elves, Lizards, and Skavens. So Skavens still being ever present, I believe, up
yeah.
until
This
this
is
point.
we've had Skaven in every single thing. I think the lizards are very popular as well. Yeah. So no new teams, but I mean, halfway through, you'd expect that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So starting with Edwin's Vampires.
hmm
We've
So
gone
gone
for
for the skill stack, yeah.
yeah,
And has
yeah,
the two blodge throwers, which seems very, very popular. Two dodge runners, which is great, and a strip bowler. Really nice roster. The 1170 means he's got like it's a really deep roster with the four rerolls. You get 14 players, which is really nice.
yeah. It's pretty cool. No frenzy blitzers or anything like that.
No,
So
indeed, no, no. It's actually quite tame in comparison to the other stuff that we do. I think this list is quite good. I think it'll do okay.
yeah, yeah, I quite like that.
Yep,
Um,
the
and
two
then
blodgers are absolute assholes. Yeah.
yeah, of course, fuck's sake. And then on to Henning Eckstein's Necro.
hmm
Like slight different. We've seen this build before, of course, but
We have.
yeah, the block guard is interesting, isn't it?
It is. Well, I said to you last night that my problem with it is I always have the block in the wrong where I want the
Yeah.
guard, and I have the guard where I want the block. So I always get annoyed with that. Having said that, I do like a block and a wrestle and a wrestle wolf. So and that
Mm,
never seems to bother me. I suppose they're just so stationary that they can kind of get stuck, and a good opponent can use that to their advantage. But having block is really really good. Has taken the extra money so that he can get the three rerolls and the 12 players, but that's why
yeah.
we only have seven skills.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's fine, right? Like outside of the only non-standard really is the block flesh golem. But
Correct. Yeah,
other
everything
than
else
that,
is
it's
fine, and we'd occasionally come across an old wrestle wolf instead of the double
yeah,
block.
yeah. So then we have some Norse.
Mm.
I'm always intrigued to see what the Norse coaches do, and there's
Yep.
actually more Norse than I thought there would be. Funnily enough,
Yeah,
because
I was kind of surprised by it as well.
I mean I
The
was
lo-
expecting like one Norse.
yeah, no, yeah, we've seen three or four of them,
Yeah, we
and
have. Yeah,
here again we have a dodge and a block. Although most of the other teams had a double block, so this we do have a dodge here and the block. We do prefer
yeah,
the wrestle on the Valkyrie because the wrestle and strip ball is really really nice, and you want the dodge for carrying. Um, and then has the Yeti and the both Ulfs both having block as well. Has the
yeah, which is kind
Zerker
of
take
nice.
guard. It is yeah. I think the guard on the Ulfs is really really nice, but the problem with them is that they're 1 in 9 machines, right?
They are,
Because
and they're
frenzy
also
frenzy
kind of
and blood
squishy.
lack of block. The Ulfs, do you reckon?
Well, I mean, it's what 9
They're
plus.
9 plus, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
squishy.
on a Norse team, that's pretty good. Like, like they've got beer boars, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's all kind of
squishy.
relative.
Of
Uh,
course.
Same as the Yeti, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times has a Yeti left the pitch because
Oh,
someone
I've
will pick
never
on
seen
it?
it. Yeah, I've never seen it. Yeah, no,
Never, of
my
course.
Yeti. Every single time I have a Yeti, he remains for the entire game.
Fantastic. Thrilled
Yep,
for you.
definitely. Yep. He stands in the corner rolling a one for the entire game. So maybe I'm just playing him wrong.
That's it.
Yeah.
On to Zons, who have a kick line woman. Kick is the flavor of the day, honestly.
People really like Kick.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Hey, Geppen Zord, great to see you, buddy. Yeah,
You saw Yeti being killed. Clearly, it wasn't Caolán's because his
No,
doesn't leave
definitely
the
not.
pitch.
Yeah, not on the pitch all day.
I've seen Yetis leave the pitch for a vicious ref. Yeah, every time. The really funny thing is,
brilliant.
I wonder if Ionizer even knows the meme. But like,
so there is a joke. Keith is under the impression that every single time he plays, he gets a vicious ref. And and we were at an event and he got a vicious ref and I laughed at him and he was like, every fucking time.
Literally, it was like the first kickoff event of the tournament. It was a vicious ref.
And you didn't get a vicious ref once at UKTC?
No, and I went unbeaten, so, you know.
And went unbeaten, so, yep. Coincidence?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, it is,
Facts?
it's
not.
a coincidence. Yeah, it is, yeah.
Right, we've gone double guard, 2 block blitzers, block thrower, wrestle, kick. It's pretty close to my build, honestly.
It is, yeah. It's pretty nice, except for the kick.
Yeah,
people fucking love kick, and I've had there's so many conversations I've had with people about kick, and people will die on the hill about kick, and I get that it's a really good skill.
Yeah.
But if you've got you've got dodge already.
Yeah.
Why would you give yourself either not block or wrestle when they clearly, are good skills?
It's funny, right? I really see the value of kick on wood elves, Skaven, vampires. I can even see it on lizards, but I'd rather a Bloxsaurus, right? I don't see the value on Amazons at all.
No.
It's like
I can't imagine Amazon scoring that much that they'd need to kick. How often are you using it? The skill gets used once, maybe twice in a game.
Yeah.
Whereas, block or wrestle would have been used a lot more than that. But it's just one of those things. Yeah, we're going to come across more people with things. How's it going, Phil B? Great to see you, buddy.
Yeah, the camera would just be too distracting, right? There's too much going on as it is.
It's too much,
Yeah.
We'd have to put in the just chatting shit. Actually, Keith is under contract. If we do put on the camera, he has to be in a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's considered indecent. So he has to be in a swimming pool if he's allowed on it.
I'd have to be under the pools and hot tubs category as well.
And it's fair. It's fair. I mean, we've all seen him. So there's no arguing with it.
Greece is going to be pretty good, because I'll just be there and, I won't have to put any categories on. Right. Humans.
Humans. Block ogre, guard, tackle, block. 2 throwers with block.
2 throwers, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
the block ogre is nice.
The block ogre is nice because you can blitz with him every turn as well, which is pretty great because you got mighty blow then and a big strong lad and you got loads of guard. Only 3 though because he's taking a tackle, and then the 2 block throwers is really interesting.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 throwers seems weird. Is it just for the maths reason? Yeah, it does work out in the maths. So dropping the thrower gives you an extra catcher, which is what we normally see, or indeed gives you a 2 flings, which is the other opportunity that we will see. So
it's quite nice having a fling, isn't it? But the math doesn't work out perfectly.
Nope. But the cool thing about the fling is that it's it's a bit of a Hail Mary, and sometimes when you're playing, especially when you're playing for a team, the Hail Mary is kind of nice to have in your back pocket.
Yeah, it's cool.
Fair enough. No stacks.
Some double assassin dark elves.
Yes.
With a tackle blitzer. Oh, we talked about this very briefly after the stream yesterday, didn't we?
We did, yeah. I had the pleasure of playing Sir Sepstar at the last event, and his tackle did an absolute number on my Dark Elves. It was pretty hilarious. I was like, tackle? Okay. And then his tackle just ruined my team, which is really funny. Yeah. Double Assassin this time round. Again, it just works with the maths, right? but it does mean he doesn't have any alignment, and because he's taken that tackle, he's also got a sidestep blitzer, which is off kilter as well. So the block and the wrestle. It's a Dark Elf team that only has 3 Blodge and 1 Raj. When the tackle works, it's great, but especially if you're taking assassins, do you really need the tackle? It also only has it has no Apo because he's got for the 3 rerolls, and it's only 11 now.
Yeah. The sidestep surely is for the 1 turn, right?
I can't think of any other reason it's there unless. Well, I mean, it's annoying to deal with. Sure, it can be useful, but what is it? Our friend the Wanderer says, pick the square you'd like to die in.
Yeah. I do that a lot with tricksters actually on gnomes. I started saying that a lot at the weekend.
Oh, very
I'll
good.
die in this square.
Yeah, I'll just die here. Yeah, don't mind me. Good.
Pause every time.
Every time.
Yeah. 6 block
like
lizards.
A vicious ref.
Honestly.
6 black lizards and has the Apo and
no
chameleon. What does he not have? No chameleon. No.
Yeah.
Was he's just left 10 on the table? Oh no, no, it's 1150. Fair enough.
Yeah. And
yep. 6 block lizards. What do you want to say? The 6 block lizards.
Urinator's a pretty funny name.
It is pretty funny. Yep.
Yeah. Pretty funny.
It is pretty funny.
Only 11. Yeah, well, yeah, it's lizards, right? So it's 11 and an apple. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so Jugs, guard, mighty blow, leader, strip ball, wrestle, block, sidestep. It's it's a
standard Skaven build.
It's the standard Skaven build. Has taken the Apo, does have the 3 rerolls thanks to leader. All of the runners skilled accordingly. And the mighty blow so that you can bang when you're not banging with the rat ogre, or if he's otherwise occupied. Yeah,
it's funny you refer to them as runners and not gutters.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I use them interchangeably, but well, know what I mean. I'm talking about.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Right, Norway. So Norway have gone for Dark Elves, Skaven, Old World Alliance, Vampires, Wood Elves, Lizard Zons, and Orcs. So our first OWA team, I think.
It is the first OWA team. Yeah, fair play.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice mix of teams.
It is a very nice mix, actually.
Is there Skaven in there? There is 7, so yeah.
Yeah.
So still Skaven is the only one that every team has so far.
Literally, yeah, into it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, so this is the full Blodge list. Yeah, so he'd taken the double assassin. There's no lineup. There's no runner. No Apo. Only 11 guys and 3 rerolls. So you take the double assassin and you get it that way.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's really cool. You just give up the leader so that you can just give all of the lads skill, and then you have 4 or 5 Blodgers and a Raj. So it's a really good roster. It's great.
Yeah.
One of I always get worried about the getting banged out, and because it does happen.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've 11 players, but you really only care about 6 of them anyway.
Yeah, but you care about 8 of them, unfortunately, because 2 of them are assassins, and the 2 assassins are easy to pick on, and those 3 linemen are doing a lot of lifting, getting in the way. So it can be tricky.
You've 1 LOS basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Would you have given the dodge to one of the assassins? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting, Jock. Yeah. If there was a runner on that team, would you give dodge to the runner? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Interesting.
It's hard to say what Jock would do, honestly.
That's another joke from yesterday for anybody who wasn't here. That's what Jock would do.
Yeah.
He's mentioned it once or twice. It came up a bit.
We have a skillless blitzer here in this team.
We do. Well, it's not kick, so he's already better than some other stuff.
That is true.
We've taken so you lose the guard, and because you're using the secondary to take the Rat Ogre block.
Yeah.
And then double wrestle and a strip and a sidestep and the leader thrower, and everything else is exactly the same. So still has the Apo, 3 with the leader, only 2 to play with, but the Rugger is a little bit more reliable. You don't need the Mighty Blow because the block means you're able to blitz with him all of the time, or just take hits with him all the time. And so giving that up to take a tackle blitzer, which is pretty cool.
It's not too crazy.
No,
really.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. I do really like guard.
Of course, you do. Yeah, funny.
It's funny. It's like it's a good skill or something. But to be fair, Feppel probably is quite confident in rolling lots of uphills to just get the ball on the ground, and
fair enough.
You don't need guard if you're already decided you're going to roll half dice, right?
It's true. Yeah. Now, one of 2 OWA teams.
Indeed.
And we've gone for Ivar.
Yes, Ivar Eriksson. What an absolute Chad he is. And
he's certainly cool.
He fits in with this team really, really well. His once per game allowing him a model that is not in a friendly model within 3 squares of Ivar, who is not in base contact with anybody, can move 1 square so long as it then is in base contact with somebody. Which is a really, really cool skill. And it's pretty fucking awesome if you have, say, a tree. Or some guys with guard or whatever. So you have to start unmarked, finish marked. Those are the criteria. And he gets to do it once per half as well, Keith.
Okay.
And
nice.
Yes, and he's also...
Can you move a rooted tree?
I believe so. There was an interesting discussion about it, and I think he can, but yeah, I don't know. It's up to the lads. I've watched a couple of different conversations about it. What's interesting
that's
about
immediately what came to my head. It's like, well, I'd like to move a rooted tree, I think.
That's a pretty cool skill to have if you're, just a lad who comes and goes, well, at boarding party, everybody, I get to move one guy a half. But in addition to that, he happens to be a strength 4 block, guard, tackle, and armor 9+.
Yep, he's very cool.
He's very expensive. 245 is a lot. Yeah. But with a team this cheap and with so many extra skills that you get because they're so far down, I think it's quite good.
He can move a tree. Okay, cool. That's very interesting.
How are you, Leet? Welcome along, buddy.
Yeah, Leet hasn't been timed out of this chat.
Chat, yeah. He's allowed in here.
Yeah. It's been a very exciting 2 days on the Bloodbowl communities. We had the Chorf discussion yesterday and the chaos that was Bloodbowl 3 today.
I should stop the lights. But anyway, we've got mostly tabletoppers here. Nobody gives a shit about Bloodbowl 3.
That's it.
Yeah, which is we're better off leaving it alone for a while as well before we get back into that cesspit. Really good. What are the skills like? We've got guard on both the blockers, guard on the human blitzer. Interesting. A leader thrower to get the 3rd reroll, and then block on the catcher and wrestle on a lino. That's pretty cool.
It's interesting, isn't it? Like it's spreading around your block and wrestle, right? Instead of taking guard on the Troll Slayer.
I suppose. I mean, the temptation would be to take Mighty Blow, but you don't really. Yeah. I mean, I know the Mighty Blow is really, really good. The other option is to take the Mighty Blow on the Human Blitzer.
Of course.
Or even a tackle, but I suppose he makes up for it with the wrestle there, and Ivar has tackle as well.
Yeah, and you don't need it as much. Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Only a 12-man roster here as well, right? Including Ivar. So very, very, very light, and nothing really you can do with that extra 10. So. Yeah, it's a cool roster. I'd love to play it. I'd love to try it out.
I think is it Crowdog and our team? Is he 1 rostered reroll to get more bench?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, because he has Zug, but the money's about the same for stars.
Zug's cheaper. Zug's only 220.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Zug's pretty cool. But
Cool.
I'm not sure why he didn't take Ivar. Was Ivar not put on the banned list? No. Well, clearly he wasn't.
No. We'll move on. Yeah, it's a cool roster. I think Crawdog really just likes Zug, to be fair.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and look, it's another star.
It is. Ivan. Yeah. So Podge in chat, welcome along. It's got Ivan on a vampire team. It's kind of
That's
cool.
it is cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Ivan does a lot of work for you, and because he's a fucking absolute chad of a lad. For 190k, you get strength 4, tackle, and juggernaut and block. And does he have strip
Yeah.
ball as well? I always get him
I
confused
I
with
think
because he
Ivan
replaced
has strip.
Setek, right? I think he's strip as well. So just has fucking everything going for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, 190k is pretty spectacular. So being able to put him in instead of basically your Vargeist, he's a
Yeah.
Vargeist and a line woman,
Yeah.
um, or a lineman. So you've only got it's a smaller roster. Still get your 4 rerolls in. You still have your 2 block throwers. You still have your 2 dodge lads, and you have 2 wrestle as well.
Mm.
So
It's quite
it's a
cool.
lot.
I quite
It
like this
is really
build.
cool. Yeah, so do I. I think I would have liked to have play tested this a little bit myself. Um, it's very similar, Podge to my own list that I'm bringing, except instead of Ivan, I have the Vargast,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much the difference between us. People think I'm crazy, and I'm sure people think you're crazy, but I actually quite like it. I dislike all of the vampires being so reliant on 3 pluses and 2 pluses, and I think this is a lot safer, and I think you're less likely to get diced in the way that the other teams open themselves up to. So
Yeah.
I think it's a I think it's a really good list. I'd like to try it.
I think a roster like this is something I'd like to play, but when I'm
Yeah,
taking vamps, I don't know.
do you know you might be onto something there, Keith. I think you would like this.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
less vampires would annoy me
yeah,
less.
yeah, indeed. Yeah, there'd be a lot less tilting going on,
Yeah, for
and you don't have
sure.
to rely on a big guy.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so fucking plus plus.
But of course, Ivan's gonna get a Fisher's Reft, so
Oh, fucking chalk it down.
can't win, like.
First kickoff event. There you go. Off he goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
classic.
Not really ionizer. They need 3 pluses is the thing, right? So if that list needs 2s, blitzers need 3s, and that's where I think that list falls apart because there are times in the game where you have blitzers on the field and there is nothing you can do. You have just you've rolled two ones or two twos, and that's your turn done. And you
Yeah,
can't get to eat anybody, and it's an immediate turnover. And there's no skill level that allows you to kind of get yourself back from the fact that dice can just fuck you in a game, and that's the really frustrating part about it.
yeah.
So
And
yeah,
it happens, right?
just my take. It happens all the time. Yeah,
Like
and
Eliod's a really good example of it at
yeah,
UKTC. Like he's a really good coach, and he either scored 5 touchdowns or
yeah,
he lost.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Like
like it's
sorry.
yeah, 100%, 100%. You know, I think we're all kind of getting to the same point. And yes, you're not wrong. Any dice can go badly, but it's on a team that is dice dependent. The factor of that goes up significantly, and that can be very very frustrating to deal with because you can do the right moves, you can plan it all out, and then it doesn't go to plan. At least with other teams which aren't as dice dependent, you can cover for those things. But when you're trying to actually move the guys that do the job that they need to do, and they are the guys that can't do the thing, then you're fucked, and there's nothing you can do. And there's no learning out of that. There's no catering for it, and that makes them very, very frustrating. I think the
Yeah.
more blitzers you have, the more that's likely to happen. But again, it's just a personal preference. I'm just bad at rolling threes. And it appears other people are much better at it than me because they seem to be able to get work out of them that I can't.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that.
Right.
It's significantly worse. But yeah, we'll move on.
We'll move on.
Hey Ali, how's it going? We knew what you mean. We know what you mean. We knew you were calling us fuckers, and that's
Yeah.
great. Great to see,
Yeah.
Ali. How are you?
I'm very interested to hear Dimmy's thoughts on vampires tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating hearing what he has
Yeah.
to say. You can tell us all about how kick worked, you dickhead.
Right. What else?
Sidestep on the dancer is kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It does have a stripper, it does have 2 dodge and 2 wrestle. So no
Mm.
line or
No.
Thrower, which means he doesn't
No.
have to take the leader, and he hasn't got any extra money, or does have extra money, doesn't he? Yeah, because he's 1190. Yep.
That'd be it, yeah. Should that make sense?
That'd be it.
Yeah,
So Treeman and yeah, because he's only got no, there's 6 skills on that. Oh yeah, because they're tier 2, right?
Yeah.
There. So he's dropped a skill so that he can take money, so that he can get all the stuff, which means he gets 3 rerolls and the Apo. Still
It's
only
nice.
11 men, but yeah, it's a lot of dodge, and the sidestep's kind of funky. I am well, it's Straumer, right, who can play a bit of Bloodbowl, so I trust their ability to get the most out of that sidestep. I suppose it's handy for the one turn and stuff as well. And he's just an
that's
annoying
why it's
prick.
there.
Yeah,
It's there.
exactly.
Yeah.
But he's an annoying prick as well to go and hit. A Bloodstepper is a pretty annoying guy to have, you know.
It's pretty cool for, like, if you can get 3 players to break away, you can do a sideline cage as well with a sidestepper. It's pretty cool. That's my experience of playing foxes.
Yeah, 100%.
Going in. Lizards, not 6 block.
Good. Nope, has a tackle.
Yeah. I feel like doing a drum roll every time we look at lizards. It's like, is it 6 block? Is it not? Ooh.
We're trying to do with how many guard is on this board.
Exactly. Yeah. Is it 5 guard? Is it 6 guard?
So McNaughton had the tackle at Home Nations, didn't he?
He did, yeah. This is exactly what McNaughton had.
Exactly that roster, yeah. So he's got that, and he had mixed feelings about it.
He did.
Or did he like it? Yeah.
I can't. Well, so the thing is, right, with McNaughton, he'll just win with anything anyway, right?
Fair enough, yeah.
Like he's pretty good at Bloodbowl, and to be fair, he knows it. We'll see later on what he actually went with.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's weird. I can see why it's there, and I have heard people discuss it and say I didn't think it was that great, and then I tried one tackle and it was incredible. And I've heard more than one person say that. I don't know. I think you want to be as boring as possible with lizards, because just take all the block.
Yeah,
but, you know, maybe it's great. Maybe it's great for that one game where you're really worried about the wrestle, or all of the dodge. But I don't think they. I suppose Wood Elves maybe, but then still you're getting fucking so many dice on them, and you're so fast.
Yeah. Speaking of all the block,
hello.
There was one option on this menu, and it was block, and then one guy decided to be a bit rowdy.
Well, I can see why Taka has decided that tackle is a worthwhile skill to have.
Yeah.
If this is his sparring partner, he went, you know what? Fuck this lad. I ain't taking a tackle Saurus.
It's funny. Someone replied to our discussion in the Discord earlier, was like, this Zon team didn't take any guard. And I was like, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
You don't like the lack of guard, right? Or you definitely like guard.
I like 2. I can see the argument for 1 block, 1 guard.
Yeah.
I think you're losing out if you don't have at least 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I went unbeaten in the tournament where I took 1 block, 1 guard, but I didn't have. I felt I was missing.
Yep.
I also played against orcs, so like the second guard would have been way handier.
For sure.
And I also played Vamps and Slan, so like I'm a bit biased in terms of like things jumping in and turning off skills and like
for sure, because it didn't matter what you have, they just didn't have skill. Yeah.
Like other than that, the roster's fine, right?
There's 100%.
Wrong.
1160 has the 3 rerolls, has the Apo, has the all of the things, has the thrower because you can afford her. Yeah, everything's great. Just it's down to the player whether they want to take the guard or the block on the lads.
Exactly.
Whether you put more wrestle or not in. An old wrestle blitzer seems like a popular thing that people like as well because of the jump up and everything else. But
exactly,
user preference.
Pretty cool. And then some Zulu on his orcs and their orcs. 2 block, 2 guard big guns, 2 tackle blitzers, and a mighty blow.
I'm getting the impression that Traum is just winning his leagues.
Yeah, and has played Tika and Zulu a bit with Zons.
And they're like, well, fucking, I hate that guy anyway. So, it's only 2 guard is light on orcs. I would definitely have changed one of those tackles to a guard.
I think so.
And I probably would have changed the Mighty Blow to a guard as well, but that's preference.
That's you.
That's just me. It doesn't have a troll, doesn't have Mr. Throw, so can get the deep bench and the 4 rerolls. Oh, he doesn't have the deep bench, he just has the rerolls and the Apo, because he's got so many skilled players. So, it's fine, yeah. I'd take more guard myself. Funnily enough, I wonder if Traum had taken more guard on his Bjors instead of block, would the rest of the lads have had more guard on their team?
maybe.
That's pretty funny, right?
Yeah. that is pretty funny. Oh, it's himself.
Jesus.
Mr. Stolen Content with his Eurobowl things.
just doing some Eurobowl things. Not trying to step on anybody else's toes about what
totally
they've been doing. And do you know what would be great? I just came up with this great idea myself to do this stuff about the Eurobowl. And yeah.
It was topical, you see. It was topical.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. How are you, Jim? Great to see you. Welcome along. Viewers of Mr. Fantastic. Delighted to have you all here. Thanks very much.
We are. We're moving on to Imperial... Or fucking not. We're moving on to Poland. Sorry, I got excited. I saw Imperial Nobility because they're the only knobs in the Eurobowl.
Correct. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Do the Mario. Well, Dim, what do we think?
He's got to block Ogre, so Dim's immediately ran off to the Jacks for a cheeky one.
Well, he has 2 throwers. So...
Well, it's because he's getting block on one as well and leader on the other. Okay, so the leader gets you the 3 rerolls. No skills on the linos, which is fine. Has that extra lino, which is good. Tackle
4 guard is lovely.
The 4 guard is really, really nice. But the tackle on that blitzer means he doesn't have dodge, so only the 1 blodger, and of course the block means he doesn't have more guard. Like it
could be 5 guard, 6 guard if you really wanted to.
6 if you wanted, because you can take guard on the ogre and then use the double instead. The double that would have been on the ogre you can put on one of the throwers.
Exactly.
But it's a very frustrating list to play. It's going to be really, really annoying. It's going to be looking for draws, and draws are really good in this type of scenario.
They are, and if
they might even eke out a win.
Oh, don't go that far. I'm taking the piss. We didn't even say what the rest of the Polish team have taken. So we have Knobs, Skaven, Zons, Wood Elves, Chorfs, Underworld, Lizards, and Undead. So, a couple of interesting picks, like Knobs, Chorfs, and Underworld, right? Definitely, like three standout races here.
Yep.
It's cool. It's cool seeing a Knob roster. It is. Annoying as hell as if you have to play against it.
They're really frustrating. But, they're frustrating until they just entirely crumble.
Yeah, but I mean, less so for like vampires.
Later. Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Vampires are like, oh, you wrestle guards stand firm. Well, now you don't.
No, you don't. You don't have any of those, yeah. I mean, even Podge's version with what's his face running around, Ivan running around.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, because that's even better because you don't even need to turn off the wrestle or the wrestle or the stand firm. He goes, well, I've got Juggernaut and you don't have anything.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's a lot of Juggernaut running around, right? The Vampire Blitzers.
Chunk. Yeah, there's quite a bit.
Rat Ogres.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Well, not a lot of them have block as well is the big deal, right?
Yeah.
Because, of course, if you've got Juggernaut and block, then you cause a knockdown, is the thing.
Yeah. There's been one other Chorf. There's 4 Chorfs altogether, Ali. This is the second one we're looking at.
Old Chorfs.
Yes, old Chorfs. Mm-hmm. Not new Chorfs. So, the Skaven, Juggernaut, Roger, Leader Thrower, Guard, Blitzer, Skillless Blitzer, and then Block, Wrestle, Sidestep, Strip Ball, and another Kick.
Kick Lineman.
Yeah. I can't wait personally from when we finished all these rosters and we'll look at the skill summary and see how many versions of kick have been selected. It's going to be hilarious.
It's a lot. And I know it's going to come up as well. We'll be sitting over there having pints. We'll be chatting, and somebody will come over and go, "Are you the lads making fun of Kick? Because Kick did this in this one game for me,
of course,
today, and it was great. And it's the only reason I managed to win was because I was able to get this very specific kick off." And I'll say, well, it might have landed there anyway. And if you'd taken a decent skill, you would have had that decent skill in all of the games, and not be relying on a shit skill to maybe get you a draw out of a tricky situation. So so that'll be there's my 2 cents on the issue.
We're making so many friends.
It's fantastic. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're so many friends.
It's fantastic though. Like seriously, if you want to talk, like if you want to get, I think it's the new plan, right? If you meet somebody who comes over to the type of person who comes over to you when you're just finishing your game and they start telling you how their game went, ask them their thoughts on Kick and then ignore them. because everybody has. I don't want to talk to some guy who's telling me about how their game went. Nobody's interested, lads. And I definitely want to distract them with something that they definitely have an opinion on, which is Kick. So yeah, what's your opinion on Kick? Cool, go tell that wall.
Yeah. Fantastic. This is a very interesting Zon roster. Just quietly, it's very interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, so we have a block and a wrestle blocker. We have a block and a wrestle blitzer, a sure hands thrower, block and a wrestle lino, and a DP.
No bribe.
Yeah, no bribe. Because we've gone for the extra lino and the apple.
Correct.
Or 2 extra linos, however you want to phrase it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No guard is obviously a big issue. There's a correct amount of block and wrestle, but not really because the dirty player and the sure hands.
Yeah.
What do you think of the sure hands thrower?
It can have value. I've considered it myself. I think it has more place if you drop down. So if I'm taking a DP, right, and I'm taking a thrower, I'd consider dropping down to 2 rerolls to take a bribe, because I have the sure hands. With my initial thoughts on it, at least. Obviously there's a bit of playing around in that. Like, I like the 3 rerolls, and I like a block thrower because she just carries the ball, and then if I need to hand it off, I hand it off. If I need to do whatever, but like most of the time, we just march down the pitch, and I score.
Yeah, I mean, carrying on Blodge is obviously really, really good, but I suppose it's got the added benefit of being anti-strip ball. But I mean, I suppose most of the wood elves do, but there's not a huge amount of wood elves around the place, and the other guys who have strip ball are Skaven, so fair enough. It's helpful there. Or vampires, but vampires don't care what you have. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't hate it.
Yeah. It's better than Kick.
Fucking fact it is.
Yeah. Like, sure hands is a perfectly valid skill on a thrower.
Yeah.
But it's not block.
Correct.
So I don't know.
Yep. Agreed.
Right. Speaking of strip ball, we've got some wood elves with a strip ball tackle, leader thrower, 3 dodge linos, 3 catchers, and a treatment. So they've gone for the extra cash as well, right?
They have, yes. They've dropped the dodge, so no block or wrestle on the lino as a result, and but they get the treatment in, and they only get 2 rerolls. Yeah.
It can't be blocked because they've gone for the extra skill. Ah, yes. Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah. But then, thanks to great point. But then you just have guard on the.
Exactly. See, normally I don't have this problem because these 2 have guard.
You have guard on both those, and then that just fixes the problem.
Yeah. Thanks, Jim. Yeah.
Fair play, Jim. Yep.
It's an excellent point. We did miss that they took the extra skill.
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah.
Jeez, he's not bad for the occasional bit of content himself, is he?
Yeah, he's not. No, like, honestly, if Jim didn't stop giving out about tabletop so much, he'd have a much bigger audience.
Yeah.
Chris, thank you very much for the follow. I always struggle pronouncing your NAF name, so I'll just call it Chris.
Island Epoch, yeah.
Enoch.
Great to see you. Is it Enoch? Okay,
Enoch,
I
yeah.
missed it. Oh, it's Enoch, yeah.
You see the problem? I tried
do,
to
yeah.
ignore it.
I thought it was an epoch, and I was like, that makes perfect sense, but it's not.
Yeah.
How are you, Chris?
Good man, Jim. Good man.
Yeah.
That's all we
Thanks,
ask.
man. Yep.
You know, unless you start going 10-0-0 on the Dark Elves, you know. Right, anyway.
This
George.
is hilarious. Yes. So 2 block and 3 guard. So he's missing a skill because he's got fungus.
He does, yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Yeah. And he's an Apo as well, and only 2 rerolls because he's got extra linemen. I mean,
you go on, sorry.
I don't hate fungus, and you know, it's pretty funny to put a star on a tier 1 team.
It is, isn't it?
But like, I mean, you know, you got your 3 guard, and you've got 3 other shithead Chaos Dwarves, and Bull Centaurs both have block, and you got a bunch of shithead linemen. And fungus is pretty fun.
Yeah. It's one of those where you sit down and your man's like, "Oh, what do you have?" And he's like, "I have Chorfs." And you're like, "Oh, cool." And then he takes out fungus, and you go like, "Oh, is that your coach or something?" And you go, "No, that's fungus Saloon." And you're like, "Oh, fuck."
oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're right there, Fiki. It's the better Chaos Dwarf Halfling Chef build. Yeah. Because, you know, the Halfling Chef Chaos Dwarf build is fucking terrible. And the only reason you should ever do it is because you want to ruin one person's weekend. Oh, sorry, 2 people's weekends. Because it'll work on one person and your own weekend is entirely ruined as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Fungus's ability is that he can re-roll the dice once each time he moves.
The direction, yeah.
He can re-roll the D6 or the D3, isn't it? Yeah.
The D3, yeah.
D3, so he can re-roll the D3, which is pretty cool. And you know, he's strength 7, and he's got mighty blow, and he's move 4 as well, which is pretty cool. But he is a ball and chain and can be easily removed. But I suppose that's why you've got the garden stuff, and of course they're a little bit better now because you don't have to use all of the movement on them.
Don't you know?
No, you don't. No,
okay.
You don't have to use all of the movement on a ball and chain anymore, which is a big deal.
That is cool.
Really quick thing of note, though, there is a situation that can happen if you cause, by means of a chain push, to chain push a ball and chain onto a friendly prone player. It will roll armor on that friendly prone player.
Okay.
Which it also didn't used to do. But yeah, it says prone. It doesn't matter whether they're friend or foe. So it will do it. But yeah, so interesting.
It's cool.
I'm not sure I like it, but I think it's really fun. And
yeah, it's an interesting build, definitely.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'd take it to the Eurobowl. I would definitely I would have fun with that at at one of your events or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Right, Underworld have gone for the 3 bribes and the DP. Block Clan Rat, Tackle, Blitzer, Block Thrower, Block Runner, and a Guard Troll. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's by the numbers, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got 6.
You're happy it's got 6 Notlings, yeah, and you were about to say that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe without the swarming, it's better to go 4 and 5, right?
Yeah.
Like I haven't played 4 and 5. Maybe it is better. We were chatting about it last night.
Yeah. So the other two, to catch you lads up, in a couple of the other Underworld teams, the lads had taken 4 goblins and only 5 snotlings, and we were curious as to whether if that's going to be the case nowadays. People would do that, and normally a wrestle clan rat, and normally a 2 heads runner as well. Sorry, gutter.
Yeah, Gutter runner. Yeah. I like block on my gutter runner, but two heads is fine.
Yeah.
It's just I
just don't like getting my ball hit.
Yeah, that's nice. Good for you. I also try not to, but it's really handy for when you need to do like a one dice blitz.
Yeah.
When you get cornered in, I suppose the argument is if you have two heads, you just fucking ignore.
Just walk through it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's. Look, I'm not good enough to not have my ball get hit, right?
when they brought the helms in as compulsory for the hurling.
Mm-hmm.
The final was on, and some guy got the ball stuck in the grill on the front of his faceplate, and my buddy turned to his dad and said, "See, now that's why they brought in the helmets, because if you weren't, because these things happen." And his old man's reaction was, if he wasn't wearing a helmet, he'd have ducked. So there you go.
Fantastic. Yeah.
That's like taking two heads in this situation.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh look, it's another good Blood Bowl coach apparently.
Indeed. Yeah.
Gone for the double guard mummies.
Yeah, double guard mummies, a guard white, and then a tackle and two blocks. So no extra skill though, but has taken the 3 guard. And then as a result has 2 naked runners, gutter runners, ghoul runners.
Just ghouls on this one, yeah.
Gals.
It's fine, isn't it? Grand.
Yeah, extra guy instead of the babe as well, or the keg, I should say. So extra lineman and a coach instead of the keg.
I like the keg.
Especially with 2 unskilled gunners, I very much fucking hell. Ghouls.
Yes.
Especially with 2 unskilled ghouls, I definitely would prefer the keg, I think.
I love people in chat looking up their NAF rankings.
Yeah, it's just Jock looking up people going like, well, I'm going like, this is a weird list. And Jock's like, well, apparently he's really good. And it's happened every time I've gone, what the fuck is this guy talking? He's got a kick Saurus. Well, Nav says he's really good. Like, is he playing his sister? And, some other people in his house? I don't know. Is he teaching his mom how to play?
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Philby was at it as well, like. Yeah, they're 200.
200!
He's 200 and that. He knows what he's doing.
It's like fucking Dragon Ball Z all of a sudden. He's over 200! Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. People sitting on their NAF rankings from like 2020 and haven't played new Amazons, and they're like 220 Amazon coach.
The important thing is that Jock is able to look up his NAF record and feel moments of pride as he goes about his day, and that means he's the real winner.
Look, people get different things out of Blood Bowl, right?
Yeah.
And some people like looking at their NAF rankings, and that's fine.
Indeed. And that's fine. Hey, nobody's going to king shame here, right? We're open. It's 2024.
Exactly. At least twice a day, yeah. It's 6 block Saurus.
6 block Saurus, and it's a Lizardman team with 6 blocks, so well done them.
Yeah.
On having the 6 block Saurus list. No tackle on that one. Well done to Poland.
Yeah, fantastic. And Portugal then. So Portugal have gone for Necro Dwarves, Orcs, Zons, Dark Elves, Chaos Lizards, and Skaven.
Yes.
So...
Nice mix. Still have Skaven every team.
Yeah. There is at least one country that doesn't have Skaven though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's us. That's funny.
It is, yeah. We're busy using all of our squad points.
We were, yeah. We were trying to come up with the most creative way to get the most out of the squad points and leave Skaven at home.
Exactly, yeah. But we have Skaven at home. We didn't even take Underworld.
No, it didn't. Or Wood Elves.
We haven't a fucking clue what we're doing, sure. We're just sitting here fucking mouthing off at each other. It's just nice that some people drop by, 2 shitheads talking shite.
That's it, yeah.
Okay. Right, Necromantic.
Yeah.
So block and nothing, because he's got the extra money and he's got the 3 rerolls. So 3 rerolls and 12 lads so that he can get the...
Double block Feshies, 2 guard, block wrestle wolves. Pretty standard?
Pretty standard with the exception of the 2 guard on the golems over the 2 block, but that's user preference.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
exactly.
People seem happy with this one. Knocked themselves out. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, it's actually a lot harder to knock themselves out since you have block, right?
It is, yeah.
less chance for the 1 and 9. Right, dwarves.
A good point, well made. Yeah.
Thanks. Another Death Roller dwarf team.
A roller dwarfs. Sambo Simon, hard at it again. Has extra money. So that he's down a skill, yeah. So that he's 11. So he's 1175.
Okay.
So what does he get as a result of that? He gets the 3 rerolls instead of 2. Because so he drops 1 runner, takes both slayers, so that he can take a Mighty Blow Slayer. Still gets 4 guard and gets the roller and 3 rerolls.
Yeah. 12
Pretty cool.
players. It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep. That's a fine build.
I don't know if the dwarves need 3 rerolls, do they?
I think with this you might be better off with the Apo maybe. But not really.
That's my thinking, but I don't know.
Yeah, that 3 rerolls is pretty solid, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't take a bribe if you've got a dirty player. Oh no, bribe and sneaky gate is banned, yeah.
But did they not say that
you can take a bribe as long as... Go on.
Is there not like a thing where you can take a bribe if you have a debt roller?
No, what they said is you can't take a bribe if you've got sneaky gate.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so you can't do both of those things. You can take a bribe on this roster if you wanted, but yeah.
Okay. Right, some orcs.
Yeah. The problem, Podge Podge, isn't how much fun you're having, it's how much fun your opponent is having, I think. Is the main reason that people don't like them. Because it's kind of a shit fucking team. High rolly shit. You know.
No, go on.
Nothing. Go on.
Oh, I was just going to say that anyone I've played against with roller dwarves seems to have incredible fun, and I sit there in misery.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. Yeah. I found it really, really uninvolved to play against. Almost as bad as Varg Snots. Varg Phlegm Snots.
Yeah, I mean they're tremendous fun, of course.
But how many events did you take that to?
Just the one.
Did you have a great day out?
It was Varg Skitter Snots.
Very good.
Weekend.
Oh, that's fine. So yeah. Did you have a nice time?
Yeah, it was fine.
Did any of your opponents have a nice time?
Well, the people who beat me did, I suppose.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, they went 2-2-2, which was,
yeah, fair enough.
It wasn't the most fun I've had at a tournament. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Right, orcs, double guard, double block.
Double guard, double block. A guard, a mighty, and a tackle. Pretty standard, right? No Mr. Throw. Does have the troll. Does have 3 rerolls. No Apo, because he's not got the money for it because he took the double gobbo.
Yeah.
But it does have a load of players, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, pretty good. Goblin Ball Carrier. Hey presto.
Can't complain. Gnomes are the most fun. Yeah. And
apparently.
2-2-2 would be adequate. I'd happily take 2-2-2 in Greece right now.
Adequate it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd happily be adequate in Greece.
Yeah.
As opposed to whatever the fuck Home Nations was.
Mm-hmm.
It might be shit.
Well, the problem is you don't have Fiki on the actual team now to kind of like as a buffer zone for you to feel better about being last.
Yeah.
It's fine. I was last the last time and I was on Dark Elf, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. Jesus.
Who gives a shit?
Right, double guard.
We're all just going to have
blockers.
Fun. It's going to be fun. Play some nice Bloodbowl, have some fun in the sun. Double guard blockers, a block and a wrestle, and 3 block. No block on the thrower. Went for it on the Rhino instead.
Yeah.
And a keg instead of the 13th.
Yeah, I think there's an argument for it, definitely.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's fine. Yep.
And the Apo and 3 rerolls, pretty good.
Yeah.
7 skills, right? So I'd play this, no problem. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd take the block on the thrower.
Yes.
But it's fine. You can put 3 block line women on the line if you want.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's grand.
An extra wrestle will be probably what I go with, but
I
it's all down to
I
personal preference.
yeah, I'd take 2 block liners and a wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Or well, I'd take a block thrower and a block liner.
Yes, and a wrestle. Yeah, and a wrestle. I know.
Yeah, shocking.
Yeah, fair enough. Mm-hmm. Almost as if that's the list you took. Yeah.
Almost that. Yeah, funny enough.
So 12-man Dark Elf roster with 4 blitzers, 1 rookie, 3 dodge, a leader, runner, and a block and a wrestle with 2 rerolls. So 3 rerolls in all, and the standard Dark Elf list.
Yeah,
is Jock around?
I was just gonna say I know a fella actually who he wouldn't take leader on the runner.
No, what would he take?
No, probably kick.
Yeah, this is pretty much the standard, Ali. This is pretty much what most people play.
Yeah,
the leader on the thing, because it gives you the 3 rerolls, and you also don't have to have him on at the start.
You don't. No.
Handy. Yeah, because you got 12 men.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right, some chaos. Oh mother, we have some skills.
Yeah, Jim was talking about this earlier. It's pretty fun. So we've got a Claws Ogre, we've got 2 guard and 2 block on the blockers.
Yeah, nice.
We've got a Frenzy, a block, a wrestle, a 2 heads, and a sneaky git.
Yeah.
So the sneaky git there eating up a double, and it isn't leader.
Well, you already have 3 rerolls.
Yes. And an Apo. That means he's only running 12, is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, 12.
12, yeah. I suppose the Apo's kind of nice when you've got so many skills on, lads.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool having the 2 heads to carry and the block and the wrestle to kind of go and do whatever they need to do. The Frenzy's just kind of fun to have. And the Claws Ogre just to blitz every turn, yeah?
No one's counting this guy's nav.
Any turn you're not doing stuff with the wrestle or the block.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Jock is checking his NAF for us. He will let us know. Although I've noticed chat only lets us know when the weird rosters are above 200. So, so the silence says everything. Honestly.
Fair play.
How do you feel about the sneaky git?
I don't really like it. I'm not when you're. I mean, I suppose he wanted to take dirty player, but only had 12 men, and then decided to take sneaky git because it's a little bit safer. I suppose you can throw in some speculative fouls around the place, but if I was taking a double, I don't think you need doubles on chaos, unless you're just gonna just take fucking block on your ogre. Exactly.
Yeah. Like that's what I was thinking. It just could be the block ogre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's cool. I don't know. Right, lizards.
Yep.
5 block, 1 guard crocs.
Yep, fair enough. Yep, took the guard instead of taking the 6 block. Fair enough.
Yeah, can't really say much more than that.
No, it's handy to have the guard.
It is. And then the rats have taken a block roger, double guard blitzers, which will keep Caolán happy.
Yeah.
2 block gutter runners and a strip ball gutter runner.
And a strip baller. Yep. Yeah. And has gone for the actual 3 reroll build, so no Apo on this.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that's different, right? There's like the double guard and double block.
Yeah, it's very safe.
Yeah, which is fine, right?
Yep. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It's not too bad.
It's still Skaven. It can still do all of the stuff. The lack of Apo is a little bit concerning for those so many skilled players who are breakable. Doesn't have the mighty blow or the tackle on the second blitzer, so that he can just use the block ogre all the time, and makes the problem, one turn a little bit trickier.
It does, yeah, for sure. It's the problem with giving the block roger, right? Because you can't go 2 rerolls to get the Apo because you can't put the leader on the thrower.
Exactly.
The winner of this year's Bloodbowl.
There we go.
I'm not going to pretend I've heard of that tournament, but good for them. Fair play.
Maybe it's a big deal in Portugal. I don't know, but fair play. Maybe. Yeah, great.
Yeah,
it is a pretty safe roster, and it's still Skaven. It still does all the stuff that you need it to do, right? Right.
Ah, cool.
Now,
Cool.
we
I've
got
been to
some
that palace.
shitheads. Some actual shitheads coming up.
Yeah, we have to tear into these pricks.
Oh, these guys, I fucking hate these guys.
Yeah.
There's at least two guys in this team that I fucking hate anyway. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much before we even get started.
Fucking pricks.
Pure scumbags. Yeah.
Right, so the leprechauns have gone for vampires, OWA, orcs, undead, zons, dark elves, lizards, and renegades. It's a bit of an interesting matchup, really, isn't it? Like,
yep.
renegades and OWA on the same build is a little.
Yeah, they're kind of they're pretty far out there. To be fair, Dan just said like, "What do you want to play?" And we said we'd like to play these. Then he went, "Okay, you can play those then."
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how it went. There was some last minute changes in a couple, but yeah, pretty great. Pretty happy with
I had like 5 different races I was taking.
You did,
so.
you did, yeah, you did indeed. But I was on vampires. I don't know if I mentioned that I played some vampires.
Did you? Yeah.
The last one.
How many vampire games have you played now?
I don't know. Do I have 100?
Do you have 100 vampire games? You do?
Yeah, I don't know how many at tournaments. I have about 60 at tournaments, I think.
Ah. And what's your NAF? How many points in NAF do you have then?
I have no clue. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe chat can let us know.
Yeah.
Right, so talk us through your build.
My tour play says I'm the best NAF coach in Ireland.
Whoa.
Or the best, vampire coach in Ireland.
Did you know I'm the best gnome coach in Ireland?
I did. Well done. It also says that Spelling of Stacks is the best lizard coach in Ireland. Which I pointed out to him over a cup of coffee, and he was fucking so embarrassed by it. It's brilliant. Because he's really good at
40k.
Yeah, there's more to it than that, though, Aidan. Right? There's more to it than that, buddy. Because at the time of the application for it, Northern Ireland had a team. So what you know about, man? Yeah. So, yeah.
I'll have you know that you're a 170 vampire coach on NAF.
Oh, very good.
So
I have no idea what that means.
Not quite human, apparently.
Oh, very okay. Thanks.
Yeah. But 170 is higher than any of my races. So
okay.
There you go.
Yep.
Go on, talk us through your build and your reasoning and all that.
Yeah, so it's basically the same as Podges, except I've taken the extra skill pack so that I could get an extra wrestle in there. And instead of taking Ivar, I've got a Vargeist. So 2 block throwers, 2 dodge vampires, and I have 3 wrestle trolls. I really like the wrestle trolls. I find them really, really useful. I find them great for being able to go in and get the ball on the ground. I don't have blitzers because I find that they require a lot of dice rolling. The team already requires a lot of dice rolling, but I find this a safer build.
Yeah, it's interesting, and you have played a lot of games with them.
I have, yeah, and I've tried the blitzers, and I didn't enjoy them. I found myself under unnecessary stress, and I found myself having to rely on having to constantly fight my way back into stuff. or else just kind of dice my opponent and hope that works out. And I really disliked the situations where I was incapable of doing anything. That there was my team was determining what happened rather than any of my coaching decisions.
Yeah.
In the same way that ogres can when ogres go bad on you. And
for sure.
Result, yeah.
I mean, anything where you have to roll a 2+ to decide if you can move a player is going to be tricky.
And it's a turnover as well if they can't move or they can't get somewhere or something happens, you know. Because even I failed this 2+, I dodge, I have to dodge, take this 5+ dodge. I've now fallen over. That's the end of my turn. That's that's fucking horrendous, and that's like sometimes the way the thing goes. I mean, you kind of go, oh well, I'll put that at the end of my turn action and stuff like that. But it's not that easy. You're already having to play the game backwards because you have vampires, so you have to work out where everything's going to be before it goes there, and you're constantly trying to find out what happens, testing situations.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
does this work before I go here, or does this work before I go here? And I have to have, if this fails, this guy has to be standing in this square before I do this, because then if this fails, I have another square I can go to get there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's really fascinating. And
yeah,
like, you know yourself, and at the Eurobowl and things, when I was finishing up my games, I was coming over to
mm,
watch you play.
mm,
Because I haven't played the vampires myself, and I
hmm,
haven't. I've faced them 3 times on tabletop now.
yeah,
And no disrespect to my opponents, they weren't the strongest vampire coaches.
that's fair.
So like I'm unbeaten versus vampires.
Okay,
But like I was watching them play, and I was looking at like stuff they were doing, and like you said, I think all three of them had the blitzers, right?
yeah,
And it's stuff like, oh, I'm gonna move this guy over to here, and he's gonna hypnotize. And I'm like, right, cool, and then
okay,
fails a 3+.
yeah,
And then like he's sitting there and he has like 2 rerolls, and he's like, well, I could reroll this, or I could bite
hmm,
someone. And I'm kind of just looking, I'm like, I don't think you
yep,
can reroll it, man. Like,
no.
and like
And it's
especially,
having to take those turnovers so early in the turn as
yeah,
well, when you need to be kind of aggressive and stuff. And I know that there's, being able to plug in a bunch of rerolls to get specific turns off and things like that are really important, which is why you have 4 rerolls, right?
yeah,
But this is just a lot safer. It's a lot better at dealing with good, competent opponents, and people who know their way around a Blood Bowl board, who are likely to um, properly put you in under huge duress if you are not entirely on top of your game and about your turn ordering and everything else. Um,
yeah,
and this version also puts them under more pressure, because if your turn ordering is correct, you can determine their turn ordering for them, which is the most fucked up thing. I've got much, much faster at playing the vampires, and it's made my opponents slow down more,
yeah.
which is really, really interesting, because it's not just you that's taking ages to work out how the turn is going to play, but how it affects your opponent is massive.
Yeah, it's
So
it takes forever, honestly, to
it
play
does, yeah.
against them.
So it's really interesting. I'm aware of the fact that I'm way out on a limb. Nobody likes the Vargeist. People have told me he's absolutely terrible. People have, properly think that I'm crazy and that double
Yeah,
blitzer is the way to go. And that's fair enough. I'm happy to be wrong. This is what suits me, and I like it.
yeah. The mentor took basically this build. Well, I
He
don't know
did,
about the skills, but he
yeah,
took the Vargeist to UKTC,
he did, and
and
went really, really well. Yeah,
was it 510 as well, something
five
like
one
that.
zero. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
the next day he played with blitzers and went 110 102,
it's really
which
funny because I
which for
asked him.
Dementor is crazy.
Yeah, and after UKTC, he said that he'd rather the blitzers,
Yeah,
and then they just, well, look, fuck it, like it can be dice as well and shit,
yeah,
like,
100%. But well, there's the thing, because even talking to
it,
people so, I had a really interesting conversations with some really good coaches at the Home Nations who were talking about it and saying that the last thing they wanted to do was to they've got a really good team of coaches, and the last thing they wanted to do was give a coach that is very good at Blood Bowl a team that is really high rolly, because they're putting themselves in a situation where you either dice your opponent or you dice yourself, and that means that you're taking a level of skill out of the game that takes away the advantage that you might have had based on you being a good coach. So that's why a lot of people didn't take them, and yeah, so I think that's really interesting.
yeah, cool. The
That over is
second,
great. Yeah.
it's so funny. I didn't know if I'd get the opportunity, with yourself
Mm.
talking.
You literally asked me a question.
I
I,
did, of
I was moving
course.
on. Yeah, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
15
Right.
out of 28. Yeah.
The
Thanks,
second
John.
OWA.
Yes. So the other one.
Mm,
So he's taking a tree instead of the ogre.
he has.
Has a bit more guard because he doesn't have the guard on Ivar, but instead has the mighty Zug.
He
Did
does.
drop himself down to 1 reroll
Yeah.
because he's taken leader and is able to get away with 2 of them. So Crawdog took this to the World Cup and did pretty well, I think. I think he lost. No, he didn't lose anything. He went 4-2, I think. 4-2-0 at the World Cup, which is pretty good. So he's pretty
Pretty
confident
good.
with the team. He really likes it.
He
Um,
is.
he's one of our better coaches, certainly. He's very, very good. We super rate him here. He's won quite a lot of the our events, but again, me making fun of other people and them teaching their mom how to play. It's all well and good for us on the island to think that somebody's very, very good, but I think Grodog's really, really great, and I think it's a really good list.
We were debating whether or not he'd switch to an ogre for Eurobowl. We played a couple of practice games on Fumble.
That's right.
And
oh, sorry. So I keep getting these wrong. He didn't lose anything. I think he only drew 2. So what's that? How many games were there? There was 3, 6, 9. So yeah, whatever. I can't remember. Thanks, Jack. Yeah.
7-0. That's pretty good.
Yeah, something like that. I don't think. He only drew 2 and he didn't lose any. Yeah.
He did finish really high.
Well. Yeah, like really, really well. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a good build. He knows what he's doing with them.
Yeah.
And we
he's
talked
really
about the tree.
Yep. And what's his thoughts on the tree versus the ogre thing?
I think he just likes the tree. I can't really remember, to be honest.
It gets you the fling as well.
It does. I think it's more that it's cheaper, right? And also you can just kind of leave him there and maneuver around.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh. We get 3 seconds into looking at an OWA list without BB not saying that an ogre is better than a tree, proving that nobody should listen to anything he has to say about. We haven't got to it yet, no, and I'm aware of the fact that your new ogre is better than tree thing is that everybody should take Ivan. You may have mentioned it. You and Jock should have a conversation about things you've mentioned once or twice. Great to see you, by the way, Ben. How are you?
But of course, the whole Ivan, everyone should take Ivan, is just following on from the mentors phase of saying that.
Yes, indeed.
About 2 months ago.
5-3-1. Thank you very much. Cool. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Apparently, we did lose again. Thanks. It's great having the NAF Encyclopedia here with us.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Great.
Danton on Orcs.
Yeah, really, really great. Danton's an excellent coach as well.
He is.
And we're really lucky to have him home from Argentina. And while in Argentina, he was playing a lot in the OCC, where he made a bit of a name for himself as well. Danton's been around the shop and has played a lot of games. So this is what he's decided on his orcs. Pretty nice roster. It's a shame about the ordering.
Don't get me started
about that. But three guard and a tackle and 2 block and a guard. He does like having the unskilled blocker. He likes the fact that he can put him on the line and make the line of scrimmage hits a bit harder.
All right, so two linos and a big one.
Exactly.
Is that what he does, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It means he's still able to protect his blitzer and
have sure. Well, I suppose he only has 2 linos, right?
Yeah, sure.
Build, so makes sense.
Yeah.
The side guy ordering. Yeah, we'll get there. I don't think this one's actually too bad, honestly.
No, that's fine.
His tour play ordering is horrendous.
Horrendous.
But and don't even get me started on the numbering.
Well, the thing about Saig, well, we'll get to Saigrai later. Right, here we go. So Gorgoroth, Owen is on his undead, which he's played, a little bit of.
A couple
over
100
over
games
in England and has played a bit of. He goes to a lot of events. Lovely fella. So no skills on the mummies. Has gone for the double guard, double block, and a wrestle and sure hands. So pretty much what we would expect to be the standard, undead list.
It's what I'd expect to be the standard undead list going into the tournament, but having done this review, it's not.
It's not. No, everybody seems to have taken the extra skill, which is really interesting. Because we actually didn't. We're the only ones who used all of the squad points. And we didn't give any to the undead because the undead didn't need any skills, and the orcs didn't need any skills, and the dark elves didn't need any skills, so we didn't give them anything. Yeah. So or need any upgrades. And of course, Saigarai and Crowdog had already booked the 2 SPP that they needed to both take the star and take stacks. And I wanted an extra skill as well since nobody was using it.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it would have been better here.
I fell into that category of no one else is jumping for an extra skill, and we have the points. So I was like, well, I'll take it.
Yeah. Points off for skellies. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, people really like their skelly. They like having one skelly to go and foul, and they just like having one of them.
He's funny. Also, go on.
He can throw the ball.
Can he? Yeah.
It's not good. It's a 6+, but he can do it. Whereas the zombies actually can't do it. And in make or break, fucking, I'm gonna lose this game. I literally can't do something versus I can do it, but it's really, really unlikely. That I can do something, but it's really, really unlikely is better. So I agree with you totally, Ali. I fucking hate them, but at the same time, there's a legitimate reason for why it's that the literal Hail Mary is there. If he isn't stunned. Which is what he spends. Which is what he spends. Well, they both get removed from the pitch at the same rate. It's just that the Skelly is always fucking stunned thanks to Thick Skull.
Yeah.
I'd just rather my players weren't stunned, but you know.
Who knows?
But there is a legitimate reason for it to be there. Right, who's this shithead?
Yeah. Some adequate Blood Bowl player.
Fierce adequate list by the look of it.
Look at that.
So talk us through. You played a chunk of Amazons now, right?
I have. I've played some 20 odd NAF games as Zons, plus like a bunch on Fumble and loads of practice games and everything.
Loads of practice games.
So as we started out, I was doing the bribe fouling list. Mm-hmm. And that was fine. And the games it worked really well. But the games it doesn't work, it doesn't it doesn't do great. But so yeah, I tried that. I tried a leader thrower at one point as well to get the keg. So drop down to 2 rerolls, take the leader and take the keg. I didn't like it. I kind of felt that I wanted the block thrower all the time. And then the other thing I wanted to try was the one blocker and one guard blocker, which was really cool. But and I went unbeaten in that tournament. But I felt that a bit like what you were saying about the block, one guard flesh golem. I felt like anytime my block was in one place, I was like, oh god, I want the guard over there. And
right, yeah.
Honestly,
a good opponent will put you into that situation as well, though, right?
Of course, yeah.
Which is kind of the thing, you know.
And but it's just like you already have, so like you don't need the block as much when you have 2 guard anyway.
Yep.
Because you have so much block and rest on the team anyway that like you're like it's cool doing the strength 4 blitz. Like don't get me wrong. But like if you can plug in a guard and do blitz with a blitzer, they have hit and run, which is pretty damn good.
It's so good. It's so ridiculous. Right? Yeah. It's funny, James Spencer, James has been giving out about hit and run and about how it's the most busted skill ever since it came out. And I think people are kind of catching on to it. Until you've played with it or against it, you don't realize how fucking busted it is. You get to move without rolling any dice.
You do.
And that's just fucking craziness.
So that tournament I went unbeaten. My opponent just goes, oh, you can't score unless like you somehow manage to like chain push this blitzer into range or whatever. And I was just sitting there and I was just like, I'm just gonna blitz you and hit and run and score.
Yep.
And like I used hit and run a bunch of times throughout the game.
Yeah. It's not like it was some fucking.
It wasn't like I got
moment.
you.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, just gonna hand the ball off.
They're fucking filth cheap. They're a filthy fucking roster. They're absolutely outrageous, and they should never have been tiered in tier 2. To be honest with you,
no.
It's incredible to me that not every single team has Amazons on them, because they're outrageous.
They're the best team in Blood Bowl right now.
Maybe.
Win percentages.
Win percentages, for sure. Yeah. Because they overtook Underworld,
Now that Underworld were cut down,
Yeah, and because vampires can fucking implode.
Well, that's it. Yeah. Well, that and
otherwise, They're incredible.
Like,
if anything, like the problem is that they're nearly as oppressive as they were in the old version, with the four blodgers, starting with four blodgers, but now they're it's oppressive in a completely different way. The strength 4 defensive is just fucking a nightmare, and there's certain lists that are just ruined by it.
Yeah. The thing I found with Zons is an average coach cannot lose. Like, you can lose, obviously, but on average, you're going to draw as Zons.
Yeah.
Which is why when you take people who are like even 60% coaches and they get Zons and they're like, well, worst case scenario, I draw.
Yep.
And they win. That's, compared to like someone who's a 50% or 6% vampire coach.
Yeah.
Or like a coach and they play vampires, it's not the same because their positioning is wrong, their turn ordering is wrong, and then that costs them the game. All of a sudden they just explode. Yeah. Whereas when you have 14 Amazons with 3 rerolls and an Apo and 8 skills,
it's 8 of them are fucking blodgers,
Yeah.
Or blodger Raj, yeah.
It's tricky. They're really fun. I've gone through some burnout with my Zons.
It'll be fine. You'll get to completely hate them from having to play against them, and once you're on the other side of it, you're going to realize how shit they are and start apologizing to your opponents.
Yeah, well, I've played against Zons a bunch, and
for sure.
And it's one of those, like, once you know the strengths and the weaknesses of the team, you can play against them a lot better as well.
The double keg would bring you down to 12 players, Brainer. So no, I don't agree.
Yeah, I can see one. I've tried one keg.
Yeah.
I
unless he's saying double keg over the apothecary, but I wouldn't do that either, because the apothecary is just so big for keeping one of the big players in.
It is tricky. Like a keg over an Apo is probably correct.
Yeah.
But I am missing the old gnomes, to be fair. Right. Anyway.
Fair enough. That's up to you, Rainer. Yeah, fair enough. Coolaboola, where are we? We're on to Maracas, and so Jer has gone for the standard 12 lino or 12 man dark elf list. He's got a block and a wrestle. He's got 3 dodge. He has where's his rookie blitzer? Oh, he doesn't have sorry. It's only 11 man because he doesn't have the rookie blitzer, and he has the Apo instead. He also has 4 rerolls as a result of taking the runner and leader.
Yeah, he likes his rerolls.
He does. This is a situation where, to be fair, Jock would be saying I would take dodge on this roster, and I would say that's fair enough because you only have 11, and the guy has to be on the pitch all the time. And as Jim is fond of saying, you end up having to use the leader reroll on your dodge, whereas if he just had dodge, if the ball carrier just had dodge, it'd be better anyway. But it's just because of the way Jer plays in general that he just likes rerolls. He likes having 4 because he can go and do fun shit. Yeah, no Glorial. Yeah, he's so upset about the lack of Glorial. Yeah. He said, I was like, we were getting ready for the last Eurobowl, and I was like, Jer, what's your list? Can you just post it all in the thing? And he's like, I've got there's 11 high elves and 1 goddess. That's what I've got on my list, and I'm not fucking changing it. It's like, okay, man. Okay, you do you, buddy.
Yeah. Fantastic. And we've Raging on...
We do.
This is interesting.
Huh. Yeah, so he's taken the extra money so that he can get 3 rerolls, only has 5 blocks. And didn't bother with the chameleon, and takes the 2 coaches as a result, because he has extra money anyway, so he gets the 2 coaches.
Yeah.
So leaning in on rerolls, leaning in on just getting draws.
Fair enough.
And having extra guys around the place. He likes having the 3 rerolls. He likes the 5 block. It's pretty good. He was playing humans up until, but we had a big chat about it at Crowdog's wedding, and lizards was the thing that came out of it. He's got a lot of experience playing lizards as well, so he seemed pretty happy. Yeah,
and that's the main thing when you're going there and you're playing a shit ton of games, and like you have to be happy with what you're playing.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because it's a long weekend of a list that you don't like.
Yeah, which is why I took a break from Amazon's.
Yeah, indeed.
I need a month to reset from playing Zons before I sit down and play them for a weekend again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have this travesty.
We do. So the bit of a mistake happened here.
Yeah.
Where there was a misunderstanding in the list, and so this list wasn't supposed to have the extra stack, which meant that he missed out on 3 skills. So the list was already in. We had double checked it and didn't think anything of it because we just took what was there. I don't know how I missed it, but there were extra skills on there, and because they did it in order, they just didn't give him the extra skills back. So we have a Juggernaut and Claws on the Rat Ogre. And the 2 skills that are missing are a Wrestle on the Skaven and a reroll and a Leader on the Thrower.
Yeah. Was there not a sneaky get in the Goblin though?
Oh, it was a sneaky get on the Goblin. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, because we already have 3 rerolls.
Yeah, no, he likes 4 rerolls.
Fair. I mean, look, the ordering is good.
Is what it is. Yeah. It's funny because he's got both a Mino and a Rat Ogre, right? Which is fucking insane.
He loves it though.
Yeah, like we're joking about it. I was like you don't just which one of them is better, and just take that one. And Vicky said you're asking him to pick between his favorite child. So it's just not happening. This is the best ordering Sean has ever done.
Yeah.
Actually fantastic. It's probably because somebody rewrote the roster. So he's normally got them all over the place because like they're named and the guy is named and he's wearing a specific jersey according to the spike that he was in and blah blah blah. Yeah. So because Sean used to write big match reports for all of the games that went on and like do like Jim and Bob interviews and like interviews with the coaches and the players and write all this cool fanfic stuff. And that's where all of the storylines for all of his teams come from. Which is where you get Big Ron, yeah? Mad Ron, the Minotaur from the Era BB League, and his little brother, Mad Ron Jr., who plays for his Chorf team. So this Minotaur is... this is a different Minotaur because he plays for the Renegades. But yeah.
Of course.
Max damage. Thank you very much. Max damage.
Yes, but his actual table or his Renegade one is Mad Ron.
Yes, and this is Mad Ron Jr.
Yeah,
because he plays for the Renegades. Yeah, so there's like a fantastic storyline behind all of the guys, which is really really fun. I think it's great, and more power to him. He's one of them fun havers. He is
great fun.
He is, and he's been playing Blood Bowl since it came out, and he's a crazy American Irish lad. With a crazy accent who likes to drink a lot of sake.
Does he? Yeah. Go ahead.
He's fucking mad for sake. Oh, stop the lights. From years of playing L5R. Yeah, he would. He'd play a team of 11 Minos. He thinks they're the best thing ever.
Stallion Fire, thank you very much for the follow. Getting us up to the 400 followers. Glorious.
Wowee! Hey, well done.
I've been sitting on like 350 for like a year. And
should have just stolen some stolen content from Jim much earlier.
Well, admittedly, I got like 30 followers from streaming Supermarket Simulator, so.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's very cool. You are very good at that as well. And it's also very relaxing.
I'm only the second best now, though, apparently, so.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so there's those shitheads. They're going to lose all their games. It'll be hilarious. Please come and make fun of us for having talked shit about your teams and give us loads of grief for having lost all of our games because we're both really mediocre at Blood Bowl.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. It's really funny. I actually I see the Scottish guys more than I see the Irish guys.
And yeah, you know these lads really, really well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we've got a Dark Elf roster here. It looks like he's gone for 12 men, 2 rerolls. Oh, okay. Has a runner, has 4 blitzers. One of them is a rookie. 3 dodge, double wrestle witch, and interesting. He's gone for for dodge on that runner.
It looks like dodge, yeah.
No, it looks like he went for dodge instead of leader.
I'd have gone for leader myself.
Yeah, I would have gone for leader as well. This is shit and wrong, and the guy who picked this list is clearly doesn't have a fucking clue what he's talking about. So there you go.
I wouldn't be so sure about us being above average.
We're pretty poor, Ionizer, to be fair. He's mediocre. I'm mediocre at best, and Keith is very adequate.
I am. Yeah. Which is a step up, because I used to just be adequate.
Yeah, so... indeed. Yeah. You're very adequate.
Yeah.
Or no, did I say fierce adequate?
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm definitely only mediocre. Anyway. Yeah, adequate anyway. Yeah, I'm only mediocre. Yeah. Which is a weird color. Anyway. It's a weird color of yellow, but yeah.
And
that's Jock, yeah. With his shit and wrong list, with his fucking dodge runner, and didn't take leader like all of the other people.
Yeah.
He thinks he knows more about stuff than everybody else does.
Do you want to know a cool fact about Jock, actually?
Go on.
His Dark Elf is 228 on NAF.
Whoa.
Yeah, which is 28 points above 200.
Wow.
Yeah, see, it's...
Sorry, I'm slow. Can you talk me through that again? So, does the number 200 is what you're trying to get at?
Well, yeah, I suppose.
And he's better than that?
He's better than that, yeah. By quite some margin as well.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's because of the dodge runner.
It must be. There's no other... Yeah, wow.
That's it.
We start listening to that guy. Wait a minute, wait. We're talking about the same guy, the PlayStation coach.
That's him. Yeah, console coach. Yeah. Which aren't very good at Blood Bowl apparently, but I suppose someone has to be the best PlayStation coach.
Somebody, has to be, and considering the only other one I know is what's his name, Jimmy, Cheeky Jimmy, I think, is it from?
Oh, is it
that Cheeky Jimmy lad from Andy Davo's chat?
Ali plays a bit on console.
He does, yeah. That's a joke about Jimmy Fantastic being confused for Cheeky Jimmy, which is good. Yeah. There you go. Ionizer with the pro tips. Korn being played by Loki.
Yes, yeah.
Huge fan of Loki. Lovely fella.
He likes his corn.
He does like his corn, yeah. He also likes his Guinness, which is the main reason I like him. As opposed to his like of corn. He's a good lad to go for a pint with. Very, very fond of him. He's a lovely lad.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So, all block, including on the spawn. Love it. Double guard, a sure hands, only 2 rerolls because that's all you can get. You are a fan of the leader on the Cornagore so that you can get the 3rd reroll in there. But that would mean that you drop the block down to a jugs. Yeah,
I don't mind this build, honestly. It's pretty fun.
We fucking did, Liam. We had a fucking great time with him. Yeah. You've played a lot more of this list than I have. I don't like the Juggernaut big guy because I think you can just pick on him, and he's so expensive and he's so good. He's the team is kind of catered for him to go off. Yes. And I don't think Jugs does it. I think you need block
for sure. So the thing with this one is you still have 12 players.
Yeah.
And you have 2 rerolls. You have sure hands for picking up the ball. All your guys have block or Juggernaut.
Correct.
And you get 3 rerolls. So if you roll a 7 on a kickoff, you've a pretty good chance of getting a reroll.
Yeah. I really like this roster. This is if I was playing Corn, this would be the roster I'd play.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is the exception where I wouldn't take the Juggernaut to get the leader, because for sure. I don't think you need to.
Yeah. Good man.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, cool. Cool. Good job.
Lord Garlic on his undead.
Indeed. So
I played him last game of UKTC with my gnomes.
That's right. Yeah. How did you get on?
Got a draw, of course.
You did indeed. Did you? Was there some hilarious gnome snatching going on?
There was. I almost went 2-0 up, and unfortunately the gnomes were just 1 square short. And then I did a sideline cage, and he cage dived 5+, 1D POW. Or 5+1D, I don't know. Maybe it was a 5+1. You were both done or whatever. Got the ball. Ball went out and went down halfway line. And yeah, it was pretty close game. Cool. Forced him in early on like turn 4. Dave's a good lad. And
he was on the undead as well, was he?
He was this exact roster, yeah.
Very good.
I played him twice this year. Mulligans and yeah, the UKTC. So it's pretty good. He knows what he's doing with undead. To be fair,
he seems to. Yeah, has gone for the only the 2 guards. No extra skills on this team, so that he can get the extra block and the wrestle. So no pack at all on this. Has also gone for the 12 men or the 13 men instead of the coach instead of the keg.
Yeah, which is you've seen it like once or twice. We've seen that.
Only another one
nice.
time I think. The keg is the standard, but handy for fouling, right?
It is,
and just even having numbers. And he does have the 4 ghouls, and I suppose 2 of them are blodge and 1 of them is wrestle, so he's not as worried about them getting removed. But of course, it's nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yep.
And then McNaughton, who has gone back to the 6 block.
Has gone back to the 6 block lizards. So I suppose that kind of answers that question. So we were talking earlier, for those of you who might not be up to date on that, Mark had for the Home Nations taken a tackle lad, and we were curious as to what he thought of it. But it appears that he's decided that the tackle instead is not as worthwhile as having the 6 block.
Yeah, and he's gotten rid of the chameleon as well.
He has, yeah. So
because we've gone for a bench here, haven't we?
Yeah, bench. Yeah, so bench, no Apple. Of course, taking the bench instead of the Apple would be the cost of normally we see 10 put for coaching assistants.
Exactly.
Where you have the Apple as well, but that's the same cost there.
Yep.
So cool list, great list. We've all played against it. It's 6 block lizards. Well done.
Yeah. And then Mourneville has stuck with the fouling Zon roster. But interestingly enough, after playing you at UKT or at Home Nations, he sold his Amazon team and bought another one.
It's so funny. Yeah. I felt so bad about it. Not just you,
of course. But,
I did feel so bad about it because when you told me, I was like, oh, shit. So I played Mourneville at the Home Nations, and we had a really, really fun game. It was great crack, but I had a lot of problems working out which model was which. And the main reason for that was because while he'd coloured his bases, the colour of the positional, he then put Charlie Victor bands on the bases.
Yeah.
So he had 1 block blitzer and 1 block lineman and 1 wrestle blitzer and 1 wrestle lineman. But I didn't know which was the blitzer and which was the lineman because the bands were covering the positional color.
Yeah, it's the problem with Charlie Victor bands.
It's kind of like for very I won't go into it.
Like they're really cool,
right?
But
yeah, they're great.
I don't use them on my Zons or on my gnomes because you can't. Well, the gnomes are probably fine, but the gnome models are small anyway.
Yes.
But it's just hard to tell what positions are which, and
it is.
It
annoys me a lot that when you put the band on, it doesn't fit in the Charlie Victor ball token.
Does it not? No, because it just fits straight in with the base. Yeah,
correct. Yeah,
the 32
so we've got this really expensive, like £15 for the really fancy base. That are the ball carrier token. And if you use the other products that come with the same range, then the model doesn't fit in it. It's one of those little things that I'm like, man, because it's all so expensive, It
is, yeah. You're talking £2 per band.
Per band, yeah. Well, that's for the normal ones. If you want the other ones get more expensive, don't they? Yeah, fucking too right, Ali. Yeah, too right. Loom bands by.
Yeah, I mean, I went down to Asda. And I bought myself 4,000 loom bands because that was the smallest I could find.
Yeah, they come in large supplies. Yeah,
it's really hard to buy a set of loom bands.
It is, yeah.
So if anyone in chat is looking for a couple of hundred loom bands, slide into my DMs and I'll fucking give them to you, because they're going to be sitting in my drawer for the next 40 years.
Would you not be fucking making some friendship bracelets out of them, and then you'd be able to give them away to people that you play?
That'd be fun, actually. Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah. I'm too busy spending my Friday nights talking about fucking rosters with you. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, if your opponent needs you to mark your 6 skills on your 6 block lizards, then have a walk around the room.
Yeah.
Right, Necromantic being played by Perdian. Oh, we never talked. Mornival's list is great. It's the same as yours. Exactly. No, it's not. Because he's gone for the dirty player so that he can foul. Yeah. He fouled out my Vargeist on turn 1, but it failed the bribe.
Oh, really? Go away.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah. It was funny because I set him up to go in and do it, and I was like, cool, he's going to do this, so I'm going to let him go in, and he had to super high roll, so he did super high roll and rolled like 6s and 6s.
Yeah,
the Vargeist got up, regened, and then because it was 6s and 6s, and then he rolled the 1 on the bribe, which was obviously pretty annoying.
Yeah,
he got a bit annoyed at that game.
Yeah, I got a bit annoyed at you throwing dice onto my pitch. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Honestly, it was made all the better by the fact it was myself and McNaughton playing, and your dice came over to our pitch. Like
had it been anybody else, I would have felt bad about it. But since it was just you two fucking assholes, I was fine about it.
We just laughed.
Right, just so hand rolling away.
Yeah, Ant's on Necro.
He is, so
the 2 guard and the 2 block, and then the 2 block wolves as well, with the extra cash.
So sure hands on the ghoul instead of a block there.
Yeah.
So has dropped a skill, but went for the sure hands instead of a block, and only has 2 guard on the list as well. I think this list struggles a bit against certain other rosters because of the lack of guard, but
sure enough. Yeah. But it's still Necromantic, who are fucking wankers.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, it's a cool roster. Doesn't have a tackle, doesn't have a wrestle, even on the ghoul or whatever. So yeah, can find it a bit tricky in those situations. I suppose you're reliant on block for those ones, but then on the bash matchups, you're gonna have a hard time. I wouldn't like to play this list into lizards, for example.
Yeah, for sure. And then Shrike is on his Skaven. With
so
extra
no
skill,
Appo. Yes, no Appo means that he has the 3 rerolls, no leader. He's gone for extra wrestles around the place, 2 of them on the linos, which is pretty great. Wrestle, strip on the block, and then a tackle, a guard, and a jugs. So pretty good. No sidestep.
No.
So gave up the sidestep so that he could get the extra wrestles, I suppose.
Yeah, the wrestles are cool. A bit like yourself with your vamps.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of wrestle linos. I think they're really, really useful, and they're just it's just really useful. Even especially with Skaven, just to be able to kind of, because they're annoying to hit when you're playing Skaven because they get up and move 4, the assholes.
Yeah.
And you can't re-roll it, and it's just annoying.
It is,
and
for sure.
And they get in the way of your good players. And they also provide, because you've got gutter runners, they're great for being able, and this is the same reason I like them on vampires, is because if you manage to wrestle down something, you can jump over it quite easily, because you've got high agility lads on your team who can just run and jump directly over things.
Yeah,
which is really, really cool.
I quite like jumping. Don't know if anyone noticed in my game versus Jimmy.
It's come up. Yeah, Jimmy was massively into it, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, I love jumping. It's so much fun. Yeah. Anyway, Sporans on Orcs. I'm just trying to speed it up a bit before we get to midnight again and we're tempted to make it 3 parts.
Yeah. So he's on Orcs, and he's gone for 2 block and 2 guard, and then 2 more guard and a tackle.
Yeah. It's cool.
I really like this. Yeah, I really like this list. I think it's really good. No Mr. Throw does have the troll. No goblins makes me a bit sad. He does have the thrower there. Yeah. That's why he doesn't have the thing. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So no Appo, which is obviously annoying, but he's got the extra stuff around the place. So only 1 bench. No Appo is annoying, but he has to have 12, and the the assistant coaches then, and it's weird maths because of the way everything else works out. Because you have to take the troll and the thing. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
So fair enough, but it's really good. The skills are correct.
They are. Yeah, it's what you take, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it is. And I also like the troll because I like him for the fights that you need him for. I think he's really, really good.
You're going to get into.
And I don't think in the Mighty Blow I like the 4 guard is really solid.
Cool.
Pretty
Alec, thank you very much for the follow.
Yeah, sorry, beg your pardon.
You're fine. Thanks for the follow, man. Right, Spain have gone for Vamps, Undead, Chorfs, Delves, Underworld, Zons, Wood Elves, and Necro.
Pretty cool. I mean, to be fair, if Duke Luthor hadn't taken vampires, I think we all would have been very annoyed.
Yeah.
So let's have a go.
Cheney Vamps.
Cheney Vamps with a Mighty Blow Vargeist. Bang bang. Bang bang. only two rerolls. This also means that he's only got 3 vampires. So yeah.
Well, yeah. 3 and the vamp. It's bangy, isn't it?
It's quite bangy. The Mighty Blow Claws is obviously really, really cool. He's a great removal piece. He will 1 in 9, which is annoying, but I suppose you can always just take the both down because whatever you're hitting doesn't have block either. And if you're willing to just turn over, then that's fine. Cheney's really great. He's just a really, really great piece for 220 as well. But 2 rerolls makes me very, very nervous playing this. But I suppose you're only moving around 3 vampires.
And you have the leader as well.
The other guys doing the blitz as well. So, and the leader, yeah. The leader does, of course, mean that he doesn't have, dodge or block, and you need him to have a dodge or block. But yeah,
1 block on the team is insane.
It is. It's actually insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a wrestle though.
He does. He has a wrestle, and he that's about it, really.
Yeah. It's pretty spicy.
It is.
Yeah. Frickbay.
Yeah.
So we're all familiar with Frickbay because just waiting for that to load there. Frickbay is a streamer of course, lads. You can find Frickbay streaming most days of the week on twitch.tv/Frickbay. Absolutely lovely fella. Really, really nice lad. We got a chance to play Spain at the last Eurobowl, and he was really good fun to hang out with and get to know. And obviously was at the World Cup in Alicante. Got a chance to swap t-shirts with them, so I did. Which was
did
really
you?
Cool. I did, yeah.
That's cool. Tableau seems to have not... Oh, fished.
Oh,
there we go.
There we go. Cool.
Yeah. All my other Tableau things went down as well, and I was like, has the website actually just gone down?
Well, hello, Ivan.
Yeah, Ivan Undead.
Yeah. So guard on both the mummies, block on both the ghouls, on 2 of the 3 ghouls. Only 2 rerolls, but has Ivan. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Spain are very good. Frickbay is very good. I can see this being annoying to play against. I'm not sure about it, though, to be honest. I think I would have rather the guard on the whites, probably.
On the whites, yeah.
But, yeah.
It's one of those, right? Because Undead are really good.
Yep.
And it's like, you don't need to make Undead better, really, do you? You can take the extra cash or the extra skill or whatever. The extra skill for Undead, isn't it? And
the extra skill is the one that the lads have been taking so that they can get 3 guard in,
Yeah,
well,
so I don't know.
3 guard and all of the wrestle and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, of course.
That's the one that we've been impressed with. Otherwise, you kind of go vanilla. But dropping them down to 2 rerolls, getting rid of your bench, and getting Ivan in there for the loss of a lot of skills seems, high. It's high variance. Yeah,
and it kind of goes a bit with the vampire build. It's like they probably don't need Cheney as and then like this Undead probably don't need Ivan.
Indeed, yeah. Cheney's he's the goodest boy, and Ionizer. I in fact took that to a couple of tournaments myself. In the interim vampires, the what were they called? Legend vampires.
Yeah. With the animal savagery.
With the animal savagery, and it was really great to have Cheney on that because they were able to go and do. You had a guy who went and did stuff and wasn't reliant on 4s.
Yeah.
So that was back when you just took pro on them.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had 4 pro and a Cheney, and that was my roster, and it was really fun. I had a really nice day out with it. But I don't think you need him now, and I think this might be the same. But having said that, Ivan is fucking brilliant. So I imagine Frickaby's going to get some work out of this.
He will, 100%. Yeah. And then we have some Chorfs with rookie blitz or rookie centers.
Yeah, he's got 3 mighty blow. Yeah. That's pretty bangy.
It is pretty. I'm sensing a trend here, actually.
Yeah. So 3 mighty blow and 3 guard. Fair enough. Has 3 rerolls as well, keeping things in 3s. Has an Apo. Has a bench. The rookie bull centaurs are concerning, but just don't 1 in 9, and you're fine, I suppose. And make the 4+ dodges, and that's pretty good. Curious if would you not be better off if you're not taking? Would you not just put the guard on the bull centaurs? But
on
fair
the
enough.
Bull centaurs,
you want 3 mighty blow tackle. He's going to play Skaven and Wood Elves for the weekend and have a fucking field day.
Yeah.
Right? And that's and that's the way
that's how that's going to go. And his opponents are going to be terribly sad, and he's going to be laughing all weekend.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, playing vampires, and I'd hate to play that, and I wouldn't. I'd be fine with it, to be honest with you.
Naked Bulls are a bit of a liability, Jock.
Yeah, a little bit, Jock.
Just a tad. Yeah.
Right, so on to Ivan and his Dark Elves, and we've got 3 dodge and the rookie and 2 wrestle again, and then a leader on the runner. Does have an assassin down the bottom. Makes it only 11 guys, but gets the apothecary in and gets the 2 rerolls, but 3 because of leader. So I think it's similar to the English one, isn't it?
The English is the double assassin.
He's double assassin.
PW is
That's right, because he doesn't have so he's got the double assassin. This one has the leader in, so that you can get the 3rd reroll as well. And one of Pete's assassins has dodge instead. But
that's it. That's it exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's fine. And then we have some Underworld.
2
bribes this time. Double wrestle, 2 heads gutter. Cool. Rookie thrower, tackle blitzer, and a Juggernaut rat ogre.
Yes.
And 4 and 5.
Yeah, 4 and 5
again. 5 goblins. Yeah, it seems to be the new meta, really. It's similar to one of the early underworlds we looked at. It's pretty similar.
No guard and is a big thing, and of course with the rat ogre, and then because it's a tier 1, you lose a skill if you put block on him.
Yes.
So has decided to go Juggernaut. Got a runner with 2 heads, so he's there just to 1 turn, ideally. Or just pick up the ball, and after you get the ball on the ground, you just run away. So, this is old Underworld, just not playing Bloodbowl is kind of what this looks like, right?
Yeah, trying to, yeah.
Yeah, just don't defend.
Move on.
And, 3 die, kick it if it didn't die. And do that until they score, and then you 1 turn.
Yeah.
And then you do it again.
Yeah. Sure, how bad?
It's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, it does the job, right?
It does. It does. I mean,
2 bribes. Yeah.
I've played it. I prefer to troll myself just because it's cheaper, and you can get 3 bribes at that and whatever. But it's fine. It can do a job 100%. Still,
100%.
Even after the nerf, it's not terrible, but like they're not going to be like a 58% team.
Yeah,
that's fine.
So Zons, we've got 1 guard and 1 block on the blockers. We've got both the blitzers have block. We've got 2 wrestle on the line women, and we've got a leader thrower and the dirty player. So this is the extra skill. So extra skill here. Yeah.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Because they're tier 2. Yeah.
Cool. So we've gone for 4 rerolls basically.
How did you mean 4 rerolls?
Because we have a leader and 3
Oh yes,
rerolls.
so yes, 3. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's. I mean, it's fine.
You still have everything. It's still fine. It's personal preference at this stage whether you think he should have the wrestle on the blitzer or not, and whether you should take 2 guard or not. And we've kind of talked the truth in other teams.
We have.
So
I think the only thing to say here is, dear God, man, have you ever ordered a team in your life? What
Yeah,
the fuck is going on?
yeah. Ali was pretty annoyed by it as well. Yeah,
Yeah, good man, good man.
good man, Ali. Yeah.
Yeah, chat's
Get your
fighting in
loom
my
bands
corner.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, get your loom bands out. Steve
Right.
Roddy said something great while ago, actually, that should make loom bands that say bad luck. And, yeah, should be pretty good. It's hard. It's hard to comment on everything amazing chat's saying because you're talking to me, and I could barely thank people as it is.
I can just leave if you want, Keith. Like, do you know?
No, you're grand. Sure, you're here now. Might as well finish it.
So we've got a Wood Elf roster. I'm trying to get through it. We've got a Wood Elf roster, and we've got a treeman at the top. We've got a leader thrower, so that gives him 2 rerolls. And we've got a strip and a tackle, 3 catchers, and yes, is it because he's got an extra player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine, right? It's basically, well, it's not what I played at the weekend because your man had a cannoneer thrower as well. It's fine though, right? Strip ball, tackle, leader.
They're Wood Elves, right? Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Block and a wrestle lineman as well. So, and then the 3 catchers having dodge. So yeah, it's pretty good. And the bench, I suppose, is helpful.
It is.
You're going to take the thing. I don't know if it's as helpful as a reroll.
I don't know. Yeah, like a reroll's pretty good. Like even like a keg is pretty good. An apple is pretty. Oh, we have the apple.
He's got an apple. Yeah. He's taking the extra money to pay for all of that.
Fantastic.
Right, and Necro to finish it off. We've got a block with a wrestle on the ghoul this time, and then we've got the 2 guard on the wraiths. Obviously, we've got 2 block, and we got 2 more block. So fair enough. Didn't go for any extra package, so only has the 12 guys and has 2 rerolls.
That's it. Yeah. It's fine.
So has all the positionals. Yeah, and the guys are all. Yeah, we've been through it before. So
we have. Of course, they couldn't take the extra thing because the
lads had all the points spent. Yeah. Oh, no, they didn't.
No, they didn't because we're the only ones. But
spent them all. I think Spain were quickly behind us.
Is the extra cash 1 or 2 points? Do you know?
The cash is 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's the stacking and the star players too, right?
Stacking the star players too. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's the one. Stacking them too seems strong, doesn't it? Seems a lot.
Yeah, but it's very good.
But I suppose. I don't know. Right, we've Sweden, and they've gone for orcs, vamps, lizards, undead, wood elves, Norse, Skaven, and dark elves.
Wow, that's really aggressive as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah, fierce aggressive.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So in for the pains, fair enough. The orcs, we got 3 guard on the blockers. We got a rookie, big one, and then we've got a mighty blow and a frenzy and a dirty player and a leader because he's got a bribe to go for his dirty player. It's not the first time we've seen this. We saw it elsewhere as well. So I didn't like it because it's a bit high rolly.
You didn't,
and I don't think you need to be high rolly with your orcs.
No, I think the orcs can just be middle of the road, right? They know what they're doing. They're going there. They'll probably draw, but they might bang out enough to win games.
And having to take the leaders so that you can have 3 rerolls because 4 of your big lads can't take blocks properly. Yeah. Because you've no block, big ones.
You've no block there
around the place, yeah.
Because you've put mighty blow and frenzy on your blitzers and a DP.
Yeah. So you kind of have to take the guard on the rest of the lads then as a result. So.
Well, his coach name is In for Pain. For the
indeed.
pain, so there might be something in that.
Rosters that they probably checked before the guard assisting fouls thing came in.
maybe, yeah.
Right, we've got a block mighty, so there's a stack on this roster. So we got a thrower, block, and dodge, and we got the block and mighty on that guy. We got dodge on the other 3, which is what people tell me is a really, really good thing. We have an Apo on this, which is pretty great. There's an assistant coach because of the points left over, and 2 dedicated cans. Only 4 rerolls. No, 4 rerolls is correct. It adds up to 1170. It's fine. The block mighty is kind of cool, I suppose.
Where are we getting the 30k for the coaches and the fans? What are we losing out?
Because
the
you're
Apo,
also
is
missing.
it?
Yeah, you also take the Apo, so and the
Yeah.
because the girls cost 40. So between the Apo and that's 50, 60, 70,
Yeah.
80. So it's two more line women or
So
line
we
men.
linemen,
It's
yeah.
the
So you drop
thralls,
the
I should say.
Apo and
The assistants and the fans, and you get two more.
Okay.
But people really like the Apo, and I suppose when you're after stacking on two of your players, the Apo becomes that little bit
It
better as
does.
well.
It becomes way more important, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I'm not
cool.
sure. I'm not sure about it. Yeah, I'm not sure about it. But
You
being able to
didn't
go
play
and
that,
smash
did you?
guys with block and mighty blow when you have no skills is pretty cool. And he is a big, strong lad who's able to go and do it. So yep, it'll work out.
It
Uh,
might.
yep, kaiju and lizard men. That's appropriate. Although it's not kaiju, it's kaju. Yeah,
Casual, yeah, yeah.
um, kaiju playing lizard men would be pretty funny,
It'd be pretty
wouldn't it?
yeah.
So, a bit off the norm here. We've got a guard on the Crocs, and we have a wrestle blocker as well.
Yeah,
Saurus.
I saw someone talking about a Wrestlesaurus. Maybe it was in the Eurobowl Discord. It might in fact even be Kaiju. I was talking about it earlier. And yeah, someone was talking about a Wrestlesaurus and I was like, I don't know. I quite like my but like I see the advantages in it, but
Yeah, definitely. It
again
has its bonuses, and because they're fast and all the rest of it, and the wrestle is handy when you're trying to deal with a rackle or with a blodger, or if you can
exactly.
get at the ball carrier and smash him with a big strength four lads is pretty cool. I remember Rick in his one of his CCL teams had a break tackle, juggernaut wrestle strip ball Saurus
Fucking hell.
who was and Frenzy as well. He was so much fun. He was so much fun, but
What is
But yeah, it's one of those things. Fair enough if they like it.
Yeah. Uh, oh. Oh, it's resetting us. What were
Yep.
we on? Sweden, was it?
Sweden, yeah, we're about halfway through the season, so we're nearly finished. Everybody, bear with us.
Yes, that was probably
Hey,
the longest we spent on any Lizardman roster.
you.
Well, except maybe the Kicksaurus one.
Yeah, and here we've got the extra skill picked for the undead, and
yeah.
so he's got the 3 guard. He's got mighty blow. We've seen tackle elsewhere, but mighty blow seems to make sense because of the 2 wrestle as well. And we do have the end skill. We'll still have 3 and gone for the skelly and the assistant coach.
Of course, gotta have the skeleton.
Thing.
And then Niagara, who we're pretty familiar with.
We are indeed, yeah. Niagara did really, really well and get himself a ticket to the World Cup quite recently.
Yeah, cool. And they like their old wood elves, don't they?
Yeah, so Niagara normally he plays elves and is a big fan of the DACA, big proponent of the withdrawn offense, I should say.
Yeah.
And was played very well in the online NAF tournament. Watched quite a few of their games, and yeah, great stuff. So we've got tackle strip, we've got the thing, we've got 2 dodge, a block, and a wrestle. So pretty much exactly what you'd expect from a good coach. It does have the 3 rerolls, only 11, and the Apo.
Yeah, it's nice that you get to pin the 3 rerolls, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. But you're only on 11 men and you're playing wood elves, so.
Yeah, but I mean, you see, like it's one of those where I was weighing it up, and like you can go to 12 players, but you're down to 1 reroll, and like a leader, and like I don't know, I like rerolls. Rerolls are pretty fun.
They are, and it's really nice when your reroll isn't on an armor 8 shithead.
That's it. That just gets targeted, right? So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, especially because you have 11, so he's on the pitch, which is the other problem.
Exactly. And then we have some Norse.
Yeah, so block and a wrestle. Fair enough. 2 guard, yeah, we'd expect that. Another guard, so reason to take the Zerker. A second Zerker, which is a bit off norm, but no Yeti on this roster.
No
so
Yetis.
You have the money to spend.
Normally, I think it's okay.
Yeah, normally to only take the 1 Zerker so that one of the linemen can take a tackle. Because this is the bribe to go with the dirty player and only 2 rerolls. So yeah, and no boards. There's 2 boards.
There's 2 boards. Yeah, I think it's pretty fun, honestly.
Yeah, you really need the bribe because you've got so few players.
You
overall.
do. You have to. Yeah, and the thing is, you have to foul with this roster as well. But look, you have a Wrestle Valk to get things on the ground, and then you have a DP, and you have a Mighty Blow as well.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
It can do a lot of work.
It can, yeah. It's fun, and it'll do well enough.
Yeah, it'll just face the problem any Norse team will have. Like, it doesn't really matter how well you build your Norse, you will have games where you just explode, right?
100%, yeah. Yeah, because they're glass cannon. They're the epitome of glass cannon. They always have been, even in their new format. Skaven, we've got a Mighty Blow, we've got a Guard, we've got Jugs, we've got a Wrestle, a Sidestep, a Strip Ball, a Block, and a Leader. So we're back to the standard roster.
Exactly.
The only thing being whether you take Mighty Blow or Tackle on the Blitzer, but it seems that Olivia Dulac takes the Mighty Blow, so that must be the right way to do it.
Must be.
These guys are making comments about guys above my pay grade, so... and then we've got so this is the same as the British roster, Pete W's, that we learned earlier. Which
the double assassin,
the 11 men, double assassin, the Apo, the 2 rerolls, and you've got dodge on one of the assassins, block and wrestle, and a rookie blitzer.
Fantastic.
So, great stuff.
And then we have Switzerland, who have gone for Zons, Necro, Undead, Norse, Lizards, Orcs, Wood Elves, and Dark Elves. So starting at the top with some Amazons.
Yes, some really great coaches here. I've been looking forward to seeing how these guys decided to build.
Yeah.
Right, so the blockers have gone for 1 block and 1 guard. The blitzers have gone for 1 block and 1 wrestle. Has gone for the leader thrower to get them up to 4 rerolls, 2 wrestle and a block.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, yep, it's great. Really good.
It's grand.
And, yeah, Chikaro knows what they're at. Being the monkey warsmith. You know, that's what a Chikaro is in the Warhammer universe. They're monkeys that make cool digital weapons and stuff.
Oh, see, I know nothing about lore.
You know nothing. Yeah.
So it's great.
Not a nerd at all. It's 40k as well. So.
Oh right, yeah. I really don't get half the references, but it's really cool when people tell me them. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. Orangutans, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I didn't want to specify, but yeah, they are orangutans. Yeah. Cool toys as well. Really cool toys. They've had some great toys down through the years. They're completely gone now, but yeah, they've gone since 8th Ed. Right, so Flesh Golems both have block. Werewolves both have block. Wraiths both have guard. And 1 ghoul with block because he's taking the extra money so they can get the 3 rerolls in there and take the 12 men.
Yep. It's nice.
That's what's going on there. Yeah, really good. Yeah, really good.
This guy knows how to play Blood Bowl because he's gone for double guard mummies.
Well, there we go. Yep.
Probably over 200 on NAF, if that's anything to go by.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, the tackle and we've had the tackle versus Mighty Blow thing come up elsewhere. And,
we have.
Here we go. We've got the tackle. So key a little bit better at facing dodgy things, but not as good at facing. Good at beating up other things as well. Yeah. Not as bangy, I should say.
Yeah.
Hey, Yuddy. No cake sores.
I know.
Great
completely
diced. How's it going, buddy? Yeah, no Agi fucking 2 pogos either. So absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like this roster, the Norse roster, Jim, or you like the
undead?
The undead. Yeah, the undead is really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, look, good. Just goes to show Jim does know a thing or two about tabletop because apparently everyone who goes double mummies is good at Blood Bowl.
Yeah, 100%.
Not the Norse, obviously. Yeah. Well, you never know. You might change your mind. Go full down the appease everyone in the community route.
That's never happening. Not for a second. Right, so we got a guard Yeti. Cool, interesting call. 2 block Ulf, so he had to kind of take the guard in there, and he's taken the 2 Zerkers specifically to get the guard in there because he needed it because he doesn't have it on the other 2. The Valks have a dodge and a leader, which is another interesting call because only 2 rerolls because he's taken the double Zerkers. Does have the Apo in there as well. But yeah, some interesting decisions there on those ones.
Yeah, 13 players and 2 rerolls is like, it's weird, right? Because like Norse can afford everything. and here Norse haven't afforded everything.
Yeah.
Because of the double Zerkers and the Yeti.
Are just so expensive.
Yeah.
And the Yeti on top of that as well. Yeah.
It's fine. Like honestly, it's a fine build.
It is. It's annoying, and Otis, I'm sure, knows what they're doing. Our Strider wouldn't have put them on the team.
That's it.
So yeah, cool. Well done. Best of luck with it.
I was really hoping there was going to be a kick source for Yudi.
No, kick source for Yudi. Yeah, no, not to be done. So yeah, six block lizards. Do you want to talk about it?
No, not really.
Yeah, cool. We'll move on to some.
They'll make a few blocks with block, and that'll be it, really.
Right, so Siggy has taken 2 block, 2 guard, 2 tackle, and a mighty blow. No troll, no mystery throw, only 1 goblin, and has the Apo and 4 rerolls. The double tackle is pretty sus. But great if you get a nice matchup, right?
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, it's
there
it's
is, to be fair, yeah. Well, we've been through like fucking 30 teams, so we've already discussed it on some of the others. But thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah, this is like our 5.5 talking about Eurobowl rosters, Jim. So
Indeed.
You know,
yeah, it's come up.
We've gone through it once or twice.
Yeah.
What else? Oh,
If I'm running out of stuff to say on them, then you know that should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah.
It's not the first one. Another team with double tackle, another orc team with double tackle. The other one had double tackle and double mighty blow on the blitzers, though. So that one was definitely better than that. Right, he's got a sidestep again. Oh, it's Strider's list. Yeah, so he's got a sidestep and a strip ball, and he's got a wrestle and 2 dodge and another wrestle.
Yeah. It's basically the same as the Spanish one, isn't it?
It is, yeah, but minus points for having put the wrestle on the top and on the bottom and sandwiched the dodge like that. I suppose at least they have 2+ out. So 3+, they have a 3+ with a reroll to get out of there.
That's it. Yeah. Good man.
Cool. Really good roster. Strider's great. 1 chalice and has been around the place, tormenting ladder and nearly winning Super League.
That's
Dark
right.
Elf, double wrestle, 3 dodge, a leader runner. The rookie blitzer is there underneath the rest of them, and then it's a 12-man roster with 2 rerolls. So back to the standard roster. Except he's got double wrestle,
Double the wrestle
instead of the wrestle and the block. So that being the only real change there. Otherwise, gets the 3 rerolls from having the 12 men and the rookie blitzer.
Fantastic. And then
USA.
And they have gone for Undead, Norse, Zons, Chorfs, Delves, Orcs, Skaven, and Necro.
Pretty interesting.
Some familiar names here as well, of course.
Indeed, so familiar to us from being on the in part of the Twitch community, and some other names who we just know from being around the place. So right, starting off with Flying Dingle. I wonder if his dad's from Dingle.
It's funny, a fella came to the door yesterday and he was trying to, I don't know, upsell me something anyway. And he was like, oh, my friend is called Seamus O'Boyle and his family own a restaurant in Dingle. And I was like, all right. And that was about the end of the story, really. But
yeah, fair enough, yeah.
I was like, well, you should go and visit him sometime if it's so nice.
Oh, Boyle.
Yeah.
He took the soup anyway, Keith.
Well, so that the thing, right? I left them off, right? And he goes, "It's the most Irish name ever," and I was kind of like, "Is it? Is it though? Is it though?" And then he was like, O'Boyle, yeah, Seamus O'Boyle, yeah, and apparently his family own an Italian restaurant in Dingle, and I was like, right, and I was like, Jesus, I don't know if there's many O'Boyles back Kerry, like, but Sure, I said I'd leave him off in here.
Yeah. I don't know. Here, this is interesting to us and 3 people. So, that's a bit of insight into how Irish people spend their time talking, going, huh? Mm-hmm. Right, so this is the correct roster because it's got the 3 guard and he's got the tackle, he's got the block and the double wrestle. So he's taken the extra skill pack and has done the thing that all of the really good coaches seem to have done with their undead when they were able to take an extra skill. So, pretty great.
That's it. Well, he was upselling Fiki because he was trying to make me go from my variable electricity rate to a fixed rate. And, look, there's pros and cons and I'll have to look into it. Mm-hmm. But I sent him packing in you. Right, bit of Norse.
Yep. Bit of Norse, yeah, cool.
No
So
Yeti.
no Yetis. So, but it has gone for the double Zerkers. But I suppose you can afford them when you don't have the lads because you still gets the 3 rerolls. You still gets the apothecary in. Block on all of the lads and guard on the Zerkers, and then a tackle on the lineman.
One tackle.
Yeah, well, that was what I was saying earlier when we saw the DP. You can take a tackle on one of the linemen here this way and still get your double guard in on your Zerkers. And you don't take the DP because you're not taking the bribe because you're getting the Apo and the 3 rerolls.
Yeah, and 14 men's. It's pretty good.
And 14 men's, which is pretty great, yeah. So you can foul anyway, like.
You can. Just foul anyway. Be grand.
But,
yeah, fair
enough. I know people do like the guard on the strength 4 and a dodge and a wrestle is normally the way people would kit out the Valks, but to each their own. It's a good, everything has block, which is nice.
It does, yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to take in this on roster.
Yep.
Right, so we've got a block and a guard blocker, and we have a block and a frenzy blitzer, and then we have a leader thrower, a wrestle line woman, block line woman, and a DP. Then we have an Apo, a coach, and a bribe, and 2 rerolls.
Yeah, and only 2 rerolls. But he does have the leader. But
he does, yeah. And Frenzy Blitzer?
Yeah, I don't like
it. They don't have block.
No.
Yeah, and you only have 3 rerolls.
Yeah, and only 1 guard as well.
Yeah.
Frenzy's going to get into a lot of trouble.
But sure, look, we're going to be fouling anything that hits the ground, so...
Well, you can't foul your own players, is the problem.
That's true. We'll just push him off the pitch instead. That's the tactic here.
Surf your own player, like the full pull of jam toast.
Yeah. Well, fucking Cladboy did that against me in our game. He's just like, I'm just going to surf my own corn seeker just for the fun of it, so I can surf your player. And
it isn't the leader at all, Kadask, that we're talking about. It's the frenzy that we didn't like.
Yeah, like the DP's on taking leader is perfectly fine.
That's fine, yeah.
Like I didn't say anything about the other DP's on leaders.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, the frenzy one was different.
Yeah.
Right, more chorfs.
More chorfs. We've got 2 block and 4 guard and an Apo and 3 rerolls in the coach. So it's exactly what you'd expect from a chorf list. Yeah, it's pretty
100%. Good. Yeah. And it's funny because this is the first chorf roster that we've looked at that has been what you'd expect.
Yeah, 100%. I like the Mino. I know people don't. The problem with the Mino is you lose a reroll and a Hobgoblin. But I think the Mino is really good fun because it's an Animal Savagery Mino instead of the other one.
It's really interesting to see what they'll do because if Ironheart skin and all that.
If he keeps Animal Savagery, I think it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think it's really, really great because then you're always trying to roll a fucking 10 against your guy that you hit, which is really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy just does whatever you want him to do. I think it's great. But given that they lost tackle, I think the team is fucking garbage to go to an event with. They're going to have to drop considerably. And they can't do that because people are still upset about the fact that they can take gutter runners. And they're right, because, Chorfs being able to take gutter runners is terrible.
Unless they changed their chosen.
Well, we've banned the gutter runners in question, so I don't think that's probably not going to be as much of an issue, right?
It shouldn't be, but
it'll be interesting. There'll be definitely well, hopefully Saturday or Sunday we'll get at the full roster and we'll be able to kind of dissect it a bit more. But those are my quick hot takes.
Yeah, like on the cuff of it, I think they're almost tier 3.
Possibly,
but it depends on costing and everything. And
I mean, if the rerolls come down to be in line with the other 2 teams, maybe.
Don't know. Maybe they're more tier 2 rather than tier 3, but
chosen definitely
not tier 1, right?
No, but then they aren't at the moment. So I don't know.
Well, yeah. Moving on.
So double wrestle has gone for the 3 dodge, and the leader has the Apo, which means he doesn't have the 3rd or the 4th blitzer. Does have 3 rerolls as a result, though, which makes it 4. Makes it a very aggressive list. This is the it's J-Leave, of course it is.
It is.
Oh yeah, this is the PC build, is what I refer to it as, because PC took this to the World Cup, and I had a lovely chat with him about it, and I was like, why are they both wrestle? And he said, well, one of my witches will die or be knocked out, and I want the other one to have wrestle.
Fair enough, yeah.
And
I mean, you can't argue with that.
I have no argument against that statement. Yeah.
Yeah. He's very articulated, isn't he?
He is. You know, it's almost what it's like that's what he's known for.
It is. Yeah. It's fair play.
That and being the guy that everybody used to make fun of for talking a lot before I joined the scene.
This is your build of the tree. Yeah, well,
orcs, not quite, but oh no, it is. It's 3 and 3, yeah, and 3 and 3 in the tackle, and you've got a rookie blitzer. Yeah, this is my build, in fact. Yeah, and you've got the Apo and the 4 rerolls or the 3 rerolls. Yeah, because he's gone for the extra bench.
He has.
Yep.
It's nice. Yep. It's pretty strong.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a good roster.
And then
deals with all comers really, really well.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of ins and outs.
It sure does.
Caolán Rats, which is, as what he's known for. And Saul plays a bit of rats. He's one of the rat bastards, in fact, or the... what were they called in the JFW? The fucking rats, I think, is what they were called in the JFW. him and Chunter. Saul and Chunter came in as the fucking rats. So, here we go. We got a Jugs, we've got a tackle, we got a rookie, and we got a block, and then we got a wrestle strip, and then we have the leader to make up for stuff. So the wrestle strip there is taking up a stack, which means you lose another skill.
You do,
and also means he doesn't have any apothecary on this, because
I mean, we've seen this exact build before, I think.
We have.
And we talked about like the advantages, and I don't know, like having a wrestle gutter runner and a strip gutter runner seems pretty good. I don't know if you need to put all your eggs into the one. Grease, there we go. It's so hard to remember who took what. There are so many rosters.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad chat are keeping up.
Yeah. I think the problem with it is that you don't get the apothecary, and you've put a lot of effort into that wrestle strip lad, and he gets fierce kicked if you want. But that doesn't necessarily matter, because you probably already have the ball and you fucked off with it. So that's pretty cool. And he's good with rats. He's played enough of them.
He has.
And considering how often he discarded his teams in Blood Bowl 2, he's very good around this point limit. Because like, oh no, I lost game 11, so I'll just restart the team. It's going to be really, really cool to meet him as well in person.
Fantastic. I wonder if he'll have a shirt on.
Yeah. There we go. Good. So
like our mind both went to the same place.
Right. So here we go. We got 2 block werewolves, we got 2 block flesh golems, we got 2 guard on the wraiths, and we've got 2 block on the things. So does only have the 2 rerolls for the 12 men. Didn't take the extra pack because all of the lads used. Oh no, they hadn't. He probably could have done. Treff and Wid probably could have used the points here, squad points, to make that a bit better. But was happy enough with the fact that they had the 8 skills. They weren't willing to drop a block for the extra money to get the 3rd reroll.
Yeah.
Which is.
I mean, there's pros and cons of it, right?
Indeed, yeah. I just, it's one of those things where if the points were available, I think the other version is a little bit better. And here we go. We're on to the last of the teams, ladies and gents. Well done to everybody for hanging on with us and being so patient. And we're on to Wales, Team Wales. The actual Team Wales, not Team Wales or Team Wales. This is actual Team Wales.
Yeah. Are we checking passports or?
Well, Andy Davo's in there and Hellboy's in there. No, these guys are all. They're all. Is Orkster Welsh?
Who knows? So they've gone for undead, necro, zons, orcs, high elves, dark elves, wood elves, and lizards.
Wow. Yeah. Bang bang. Right, let's go. Yep. So no extras on this. Has just taken the basics. Has taken a tackle white, so he's put the guard on the mummy. As a result, no zombies and no Or sorry, no skeleton, but has. Oh no, there is the skeleton.
There is a skeleton, yeah.
Yeah, there is the skeleton. And I was like, why has he got the coach if he doesn't have a skelly? He does, yeah. But he doesn't have the babe. He's got the 13-man roster. So there you go. Maybe the skelly's worth having for the Hail Mary. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't like the wrestle and the ghoul as well. I'd rather have the wrestle and the. Oh no, I do like the wrestle. What am I talking about? Yeah. This is really good.
Yeah, we'll move on, will we?
Yeah, we've been through this 25 times.
It's Davo on Necro. And,
it's Davo on Necro, and he's taken the extra thing, and he's done exactly what I would do. This is my preferred version of this list here.
Yep.
And he knows what he's about, and he must have told me that this is the correct way to play them, because that's obviously the only way that I would know that this is the right way to play them.
That must be it. Yeah.
Must be. His name is D-O-N-T. Yeah. D-O-N-T.
He says this is fine.
Yeah, he said this is fine. That's it. Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that build. Oh, so sexy.
No Apothecary. Went for the extra player.
Yeah. And went for the leader as well.
He did go for the leader because he went for the double. Oh no, he's only got the one thrower. Yeah, so he's got the extra there. I wonder if he'd take the. Yeah, that's the thing. So he's taking the leader. Could have taken the. Yeah, interesting. Look, he's just going to put the pieces in all the right squares, and then it'll take care of itself. Nobody has to worry about it, right?
That's all. He's just going to assess his lines and assign different values and go with the one that has the highest equity.
Highest equity, exactly.
Yep.
I mean, it's not rocket science.
It's not. Literally, it's as simple as that, honestly. Mm-hmm. And anyone who doesn't do it is a fool.
Pretty well. He'll tell you to your face.
Yeah, he's a gas man, in fairness. But as you know, I am a bit of a Dio stan.
You're a bit of a, you're totally a Dio stan.
I am,
which is really cool. He's great, and I used to love watching his streams in the morning.
Yeah, fantastic.
I can hear him smiling from here.
It's so funny. Yeah.
So 2 block, 2 guard, a guard, a tackle, and a mighty blow, and then has the Apo and has all the ancillary stuff. There is no troll. There is a Mr. Throw, and that's why he doesn't have the goblin and has the ancillary shit instead.
Yeah.
So fair enough. Hellboy's good.
He is smaller than I thought he'd be.
He is quite small. Yeah, he's very slight.
Yeah. Very deep voice.
Incredibly deep voice. You were not expecting that deep a voice to come out of.
You're not at all. No.
And when you've met him already, and then you meet him, you're like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Doesn't. Yeah.
They're fine. There's been different incarnations of it. This seems to be the one of the more popular variants.
It does. Yeah. It feels like having so many auxiliary staff. It feels like you're missing out on something.
Yeah, it's the insistence on taking the thrower is the problem, because the thrower. If you don't take the thrower, you get 2 goblins, and you don't have to take any of the auxiliary staff. So you get a double bench or triple bench rather, and you have 2 goblins, which are just really, really good players.
Mascot, Jim's saying, yeah. I mean, we've seen a couple of the mascots flying around the place as well, haven't we?
Mascot would have been a much better idea.
Yeah.
Good call.
Seems pretty good, and. G. Coleman on, for God's sake, on his High Elves, who I had.
Did you read Ali's description of Hellboy?
I didn't know.
Looks like a country gent who breeds whippets, but at 80%. That's really good. That's exactly right. Yeah,
that's fantastic. We've done the orcs.
Yeah, we've done Hellboy's stuff. Sorry, Doctor Hellboy. Onto the High Elves, and we've got a leader thrower, we got a dodge thrower, we got a wrestle catcher. Yeah, 2 blitzers, both with dodge. Then we've got a lineman, and we've got a block lineman. I do like the block lineman. I'm not so sure about the kick, but it looks like he's just gonna fucking elf ball.
He does.
And to be fair to G. Coleman, he does this a lot, and that's how he plays. Doesn't he normally have a cannoneer thrower?
He did at Home Nations, yeah.
He did have at Home Nations, yeah. You got to play him at Home Nations, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Is the dice tower as well, Keith?
Does he?
Yeah.
Be nice if he used it.
Yeah. You're more nice. Imagine if I was sitting next to you, rolling dice, and he also had the dice tower.
Do you know what's so funny though?
You'd be swimming in dice by.
I'm pretty sure Gizmo played against him at
Yeah.
at UKTC, and I was like, "Oh, did he use the dice tower?" And he was like, "Yeah," and I was
Yeah, he
like,
did, yeah.
"Did he miss
did he
the
actually
dice
use it,
tower
like?
any
Yeah.
couple of times?" And he was like, "Yeah, he missed like once or twice." And I just kind of goes,
Okay.
"Funny how you have a dice tower and you miss it, isn't it?" Like,
It just it really I'm enjoying bringing it up because it obviously really annoyed poor Keith that the man had a dice tower. I'm a lovely fella, but he missed his dice tower a lot, and the dice ended up falling onto the table, which annoyed me.
it's like, look, if you're gonna roll dice, roll dice. If you're gonna use a dice tower, use the dice tower.
I find it absolutely fucking hilarious how much people get annoyed about dice rolling in general, and whether you do it like this or like that. The fact that people have conversations about how dice come out of a cup and everything else. Fucking nerds with their fucking dice cups. If I wasn't going to do it, I'm now 100% double down on the fact that I'm going to hand roll dice at people because I think it's really fun because it annoys the shit out of them.
You know, I really
it
like
does save them, it does, but it's really funny to annoy people as well, right?
I don't mind people hand rolling dice. Like it doesn't bother me. My new pet peeve actually is the small Charlie Victor dice cups, which aren't really, they're not cylindrical. They're like, they look like a kind of a hip flask almost. That sort of a shape.
Right? Yeah.
And they don't really roll the dice. So they put the dice in and then like you shake them, but it doesn't sound like they're shaking because they're cushioned on the inside. And then they just put them on the table and then they just take them up and it's double sixes and you kind of just go,
yeah,
fair enough. So, yeah, that's my new pet peeve. But anyway, look, I'll complain about something, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
it's literally impossible for me to not complain about something in some game.
Yep.
It's pretty rare.
What do we think of this high off list? Do you think it's okay?
I really struggle against it.
He's got a lot of skills, right? Because he's gone for the extra skill, so which is really, really nice. Which is why he's got a nice spread of different things, and the block on the lineman is really, really cool. The fact that the extra skill is a kick is kind of funny, because I've been giving out about kick for the last 2 days. I'm not giving out about it. I just find it
it's pretty funny. Yeah,
but this team is built to score a lot and go and do some shit, and it'll, if it works, it's going to go really, really well. And there are enough asshole elves that'll hang around long enough for it to be a really, really annoying game.
It really works for him, right? Because he'll use kick, he'll kick it deep, and then he'll just bomb forward with 7 or 8 players.
Yep, 100%.
And he'll either like get the ball and score, or he'll manage to like cause you enough problems that like he'll just go in for the cage dive. And I really struggled against it. He's really good at Bloodbowl. Cool. And I think they came second at UKTC actually.
Very good.
Was it G. Coleman, Phoenix, Larison, and maybe Orchester, or maybe it was no number. Like literally 50% of this team, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. Right, Dark Elves, double assassins.
So double assassin, no skills on them. Has gone for the 4 dodge on the blitzers. Only 11 men, no Apo, gone for the 3 rerolls instead. So a bit weak, but having said that, you've got 4 Dark Elf blitzers with dodge, and you've got 2 witches with bludgeon and wrestle. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
And then 3 rerolls.
Yeah, very rowdy. 3 rerolls as well. Yeah, the lack of Apo is worrying when you've got 2 naked assassons.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
One of them is going on the line after the first time, right? 100%. So that's kind of not great. Right, then we've got no number on the Wood Elves. Grab on the tree. Strip and a tackle. Sidestep on the catcher, and then only double wrestle, no dodge on the lineman. Does have 4 catchers, because he's gone for the sidestepper.
4 catchers,
coaches 3
coaches,
3 rerolls. Yeah.
And 3 rerolls.
So fair enough. It's the grab on the sidestep is a lot.
It really feeds into the 1 turn, right?
It does, and with the grab is not a bad skill to have on a treeman. It can kind of hold shit up while you go and do other stuff. No dodge on the lineman is. I suppose you got loads of dodgers with the catchers, but and doubling down on too much dodge makes you really worry about coming up against guys with two fucking tackle orc blitzers.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it's interesting, and I wonder if the mascot is just better than the 3 assistant coaches.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
and
we got lizards.
Yeah, with 6 block.
6 block has gone for the Appo. The other option there, obviously, is to go for the bench. There we go. Keep Jimmy happy. And it's got 2 rerolls, and it's got 6 block, and it's lizard men. So what the fuck?
Fantastic.
I think we've seen it once or twice before.
That brings us to the end of all the rosters. And just very quickly,
there's no Skaven there. There's no Skaven there.
There isn't. No, there's no. But they have 3 elves.
They have 3 elves. Yeah. So the one team.
The high elves are replacing the Skaven basically.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So there are two teams that don't have Skaven. But in fact, we'll have a look at it here. There's actually 4 teams that don't have Skaven.
Jesus.
Just very. Where did that go? Race choice.
Race choice.
That's not what I was looking for, but it'll do the same job, right?
It will, yep.
So 25 Dark Elves.
Out of 28, is it?
Yeah, 28.
Yeah. Wow. So Dark Elves are more popular than Skaven.
It didn't feel
Skaven,
like
obviously.
it.
Yeah, so what's interesting about them is that I don't think there was any of the... How many of the Dark Elves took a skill pack? Like, was there 1 or maybe 2? I don't think any of them did, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Maybe 1 did. But yeah, pretty cool. That they're just really,
the race
really
summary is what I was in, actually. There we go. That's much better.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 1. Thanks, Kadask. Yeah. So, and 28 orcs was obviously what I would have expected as well. Then we've got 24 the Skaven, 22 Zon. So yeah, the Skaven, with a lot of Skaven taking the extra scale or the extra money. That seemed to be the only ones there.
The stack.
One took the stack, or 2 took the stack.
2 at the stack.
Yeah. So interesting. Obviously, them being tier 2 meant a lot of people were already going to be very interested in taking them, and Dark Elves are just really, really good, because apparently having 6 blodgers straight out the gate is pretty fucking good, and people noticed. Zons in tier 2 again made them ridiculously popular, especially when you're able to make them 8 skill instead of, like, even because if they were tier 1 and you gave them the extra skill, they'd have 7, and that would be a very good team. But coming with 7 and then going to 8 made them exceptional. Yeah.
You get 8 skills and 14 players with 3 rerolls and an apple, basically. Like as your standard build. It's insanely strong, isn't it?
Extra cash, yeah, cool. Thank you very much. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Right, and then we've got the lizards, obviously, because 6 block lizards is just so fucking good. A couple of guys who didn't take 6 block lizards, there was 1 extra skill on them, that was the Hungarians. And but that meant that they only had 3 block, right? But one of the block was on a Crocs as well, and they had loads of ancillary skills, which was a bit weird. But the other common option was, was straight up, right?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I might we might just end the YouTube video, and we can continue talking and do whatever.
Fantastic. Thanks, YouTube. Well done.
That just brings us to the end of the deep dive into Eurobowl, and hopefully we get to see a lot of you over there, and should be a bit of crack anyway.
Yeah, come and tell us how shit we are and how well you're doing. And, if I ask you what your opinion is on Kick, please walk away.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
So on that note, thanks very much.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.